Welcome everybody back after a little break to Western Wilds. I think this is going to be episode 19. Could be wrong, let me check. It's going to be in episode 19, I was right. Who would like to give us a lovely recap?
Hold on.
Buffering.
In a wild west land where danger cloaked the air, heroes faced a sinister game with the darkness to bear. Beauregard, a shrewd hand, kept secrets out of sight in a safe room's refuge, shielding them from fright. Georgia, a captive lost in a haunting maze, taken to the nest where dread shadows haze. Shiny she was called, lurking vampires with desire. Her innocent blood had less taste, their hunger would expire. Yearning to join their cause, Georgia's defiance burned, yet peril loomed, a danger could not be spurned. Seeking the nest's location, their knowledge remained obscure. A plan to reprogram the site, vampires they'd abjure. Coyotl knights, guardians, elusive to a vampire's eyes, shielded them from fangs their protection a guise. Unraveling a cryptic tome, knowledge slipped their grasp, a riddle unsolved, secrets in shadows clasp. Beauregard, a cunning mind, his wealth his guiding light, sought artifacts to veil them, hidden from vampire sight. An amulet's power sought, perilous path he tread, through treacherous trails, risking life's fragile thread. Guardians of the amulet's assassins, fueled by wrath, sent to slay a mob boss, paving a grim path. A rival gang's vengeance, a dark alliance formed, a web of betrayal where souls were reformed. A plan was devised, darkness meeting dead of night, to strike assassins and monsters, reclaiming what's right. Misty's sister, a temporary shield from prying eyes, in the abyss they waited, where hope and darkness lies. In this wild west realm, their destinies intertwined, a tale of shadows and courage, darkness they bind. Through trials they ventured, facing the unknown, for within their hearts an adventure spirit had grown.
Outstanding. Whenever you do one of those and read it out, it's always like there's always bits of it that really sounds like it's an iambic pentameter. It's very Hamlet. It's very Shakespearean.
And like, then just one line throws you completely.
Yeah, it's like the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to, etc.
It's close, and then because I'll write it, and then ChatGPT will kind of edit it, and it does its best to kind of keep the tone,
the meter of it.
Sometimes it gets a little weird.
Yeah. Super good though. Yes, take your session inspiration point. At this point, I would like to ask Ryan, do you have an inspiration point currently?
No.
Take an inspiration point, because I really, really liked your goal name that we discussed before the recording. Super. So yeah, you guys sat in a hole. You sat in the velour-lined, lead-lined basement of enthusiastic amateurs ex-best Beauregard LaFontaine for a whole session. And honestly, it was a great session. We got a lot done.
It was a classic bottle episode.
It really was.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because you're saving the budget for the next episode.
a lot of people I speak to, especially people who write a lot, shit on bottle episodes a lot because they just don't like them. I love a bottle episode. Some of my favourite episodes of TV have been bottle episodes.
It's very character focused rather than spectacle.
Yeah.
It can be done poorly, but it can be done
the upshot of it was you guys planned to fake your deaths and get hold of some amulets with non-detection.
Faking the death came after we realised that that's what we should probably do.
Thankfully, we've not done anything to countermand that yet.
That was an idea in Discord.
Yeah, in the Discord
afterwards.
Chat
about that in character.
There you go. Okay, yeah.
Because I suspect we all go visit the vampires at least once more, maybe.
Yes, but if we're dead when we go to visit, if they think they were dead before they go to visit, then they might lower their guard a little bit.
Yeah. There's some finesse there.
No matter how many hints I have dropped to almost all of you, I have just not received any plan of what you guys are doing after you get the amulets. So let's do this fucking ambush.
I do think we should at least reach out to Kincaid's friend to get Kincaid to get him to tell Kincaid we'd like to fake our deaths. We'd like to blame you.
I mean, yeah. He's done worse things.
Go do a brag, please.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you guys found out about the whacking of little Joey. which, like, the whacking of little Joey might be an episode title, early contender in fairness. But yeah, so you found out, there has been even more tension than usual amongst the various crime syndicates and gangs within Harlan. And you found out that an attempt was due to be made on the life of Don Angeles tonight. And you guys found out that a team of assassins are being sent to do the whacking, and that they are being equipped in order that they can't be traced and interrogated with amulets of non-detection, which all of you seem to be keen to get your grubby little mitts on.
Yes, and then we're going to want to ensure that the whackers also get whacked.
Yes.
Going to put some whack in the whackers because we like to whack it.
Indeed.
That means it away from
And here in
Am I saying that Beauregard got one?
No,
because
he was trying to get one.
He was trying to get one, found out about this, and then we went, can you get us a wizard? We ended up with Missy's sister, who had the scroll.
Not quite. There was also the fact that he did try to sell those braces of defence.
Yeah, that screwed
and
up.
he ended up trying to sell them to the person they were stolen from.
He got a 30 on finding out where where amulets of protection could be found in the city, and rolled very low on trying to sell those braces of defence.
Yeah.
But if it was going to go really low on one of them, I'm glad.
It's better that it was...
Yes, I'm better that it was this way around.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so you guys are currently sat in... currently sat in the Unterhaus of young Beauregard. Is there any conversation you guys want to have before you head off? I think you're looking at sort of, it's maybe about 4 o'clock now. And you know that this meeting isn't till like after dark, and it is summer currently, so you're looking 9, maybe 10.
Okay. So,
What is now a good time for you to bring up? Should we fake our deaths?
I think it was.
Missy. Okay,
Yeah. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way scrying works, it can't differentiate between those that are hidden and those that are dead, right?
I mean, you would know better than I.
Yes. Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah. Is Ignatius still here?
Aye?
Cool. Sorry.
Oh, I'm not taking my beady little eyes off of you, love.
So, I have a plan.
Would you like to have this conversation without your sister?
Well,
Oh no, I'm in this now.
That's fair.
she's very much part of the plan, but I'm going to avoid making eye contact with her until I finish saying.
You
the
can
details.
just feel.
Oh yeah.
Make a charisma save.
Avoiding eye contact, I've found, does very little. In the goggles, they do nothing. Yeah, that's a 14 on the charisma save.
Yeah, you think if you'd rolled really low, you might have taken a point of radiant damage from the laser-like eyes boring into you.
So, I really feel that attacking the vampires head-on at this stage would be suicide. And I would very much like to live, but I also very much want to take care of the vampires. So, how about this? Because we're about to get rings of non-detection. If we can do that without being detected, we could spread rumours that we were killed at the auction. Because the explosion probably rendered people unidentifiable.
Ideally, yeah.
Explosions can do that.
Well, and the person who was there, that the vampires knew was there, Kincaid, tends to render people unidentifiable.
Yeah.
Beauregard will chime in with, with little martini in hand, saying, I did pass by the side of the Birmingham auction house earlier on. It's not too far from here, and the place has been razed to the ground by the fire that broke out.
Excellent.
The fire department chose to let that particular building burn and concentrate their efforts on the surrounding buildings, being as the timber is somewhat dry this time of year.
That's perfect. So we could put on the rings of undetection, and we could spread the rumour. Well, we obviously can't do it. That would contradict. But
do you know who's dead? Me.
We could have the rumour spread.
We could have the rumours spread. Ignatia, you might have to hold a funeral for me, but I'd still be alive. And then the vampires would.
One slow.
But then the vampires wouldn't be chasing after me or you or anyone else. And they seemed very arrogant, the vampires. So that.
Oh yes, Dee Dee.
So we might not have been on their radar originally anyway. We might have mildly irked them on a day, but actually they've got much bigger problems than us.
I imagine so.
Which
yes.
means they're unlikely to hold a vendetta against your grandchildren.
Yes, because I imagine if there's another family involved, that kind of favour is not going to come cheap, and if we're dead anyways, we're not going to be coming after them.
You know what I say is you certainly know how protective Lady Chambers has been over the children she sees as hers.
Yes.
So yeah,
They treat them as property.
They offered us a proposition that if we were to deal with Kincaid, we'd be rewarded, and if we failed, then so we could stage it like we went after Kincaid and failed.
Just need to get Kincaid to tell us to basically spread the rumour for us.
Well, that's fine.
Would also help with his own personal rep if if the story spreads that when people turned against him, he just put them in the ground.
Do you know, he's not the kind that strikes me as a person who cares about their rep.
Okay, maybe they got in bed with vampires and then they died horribly.
I might care a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Because we know that there's someone at the, is it graveyard?
Mm.
And again, I'll turn to Bodra. You could be our messenger on that front. Just try not to sell anyone else's property back to them.
so you turn to Beauregard rather than...
Beauregard, sorry, yes. Yeah.
It needs to be unbelievable enough, and Ignatius, in order for it to be believable, Ignatius, are you the kind of person that would turn over half the desert looking for Kincaid if something happened to Misty?
Yeah.
Right, a little bit of theatrics, I think, on that front might help a bit.
Look, I can take a leave of absence from the college. After I hear the news, no one has to see my face and they all might assume that I've gone out in the desert. It's not
That
like
works.
I've got any important research to be doing, Misty!
Yeah.
Well, we'll try to kill the vampires quickly.
How kind.
Now, is that our immediate plan? Or are we leaving and coming back with reinforcements?
What reinforcements, dear?
Well, didn't you say there were other priests from other...
Not on this continent.
Not on this continent. And even the ones that are... They have bigger problems.
I mean, unless maybe Leviathan or someone can tell us where we can get like a gun that shoots sunlight.
I get...
Accessing data files. Give me a minute. No.
Or maybe I don't know, figure out a way of like an artificial
I do recall
launcher's
one.
lance.
I do recall one weapon that uses sunlight. Just you see like a satellite image of the surface of a planet with Alornus's fire hitting the, just wiping a city off the map.
No,
How much can we focus that?
all we really need to do is to knock out their rings, honestly. An anti-magic field of some kind would do it. If they were in the wrong spot, walked into it and didn't realise what it was. Just burn in the daylight sun. But that's beside the point. We can't leave them alive because we're too recognisable, especially our young ward here. These particular vampires need to die. And we need to go through that gate anyways at the bottom of their house.
I mean, that we definitely need to do.
So they have to die.
But we have to survive to do... I guess what I'm saying is, what are our chances against a horde of vampires? And there will be a side-eye glance towards Ignatia.
It depends on how big the horde is, dear.
Yes.
If we take out the top ones, the rest of them will regain their free will, but we won't know what they're going to do until that happens. They might still try to eat us. They might be really hungry and try to eat us at that point.
You're aware from vampire biology that it will not precisely be the person, it will be the demonic parasite that is riding them around that will gain free will.
Yeah. Kincaid's a weirdo.
I mean, yeah. You turned a guy inside out. Like, what do you want from me?
Right.
I guess. Okay. One. Where would we get? So objective 1: collect the rings.
Yep.
Simultaneously, spread the rumor. This is to Beauregard. Spread the rumor that we're dead.
Perhaps a letter?
I don't think we'd write a letter. Oh, I see.
No, a letter to your compatriot friend. I heard you mention the name Kincaid.
Yes.
He's not your problem anymore, dear. You're fine.
Yes.
He's other people's problems.
Yeah, we're not having you talk directly to him.
No.
That is admittedly comforting.
Probably
The
wouldn't be
atom
right.
that was in your possession that he went after you for was destroyed in the fire.
Yes, but he does rather like to make examples, does he not?
To a point, dearie. To a point.
I wouldn't hang around when you deliver the message.
You're not directly interfacing with him anyways. You're interfacing with a cleric.
Very
death
well.
cleric, so it's fine.
Besides, he's got bigger fish to fry.
Indeed he does. See, and that's another thing. Against a horde of vampires plus our own vampire. So, you know.
Ooh. What's the young lady's name? Georgia?
Georgia Chambers, yeah.
Georgia, would you be able to write a letter that invites Kincaid into your manor house?
What do you mean?
Just as far as I'm aware, the rules for vampires are they can't enter the abode of another person.
I suppose, yeah.
However, it's still technically your house. In fact, I don't even know if vampires living there would count as living there, and that's potentially why they've got living people there as well.
Roll me a religion check.
Natural 1. Total of 2.
8.
Might work. Like, worth a crack.
So if he's got that letter that invites you in, sorry, if he's got the letter that you've written to invite him in, then brilliant.
Sure.
I'm also going to write a letter, basically a warrant from the Watchmaster, giving him legal reason to go in.
Okay.
I'm going to stop drafting that.
So you're like, so what you'd have to do is like deputize him as a member of the Watch specifically, because he does have like arrest powers as a sheriff. But
Well, I mean, call it a joint watch sheriff department operation.
yeah. Interdisciplinary task force.
There you go.
You can certainly give it a go. Yeah, you can write out a warrant. Georgia will get to the scribing a letter, like beautiful penmanship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Going to get those delivered along with the letter asking him to get the deaths faked. And just explain what these two things are.
off what the reasoning, the raison d'etre and
Yes.
the methods behind it is. You can send those off. Beauregard doesn't look like happy about this whole like he was always a lot happier dealing with like the dregs of the criminal underworld than he is even of a guy who knows Kincaid, but
I'm going to put my hand,
do
my
it.
flesh hand, on his shoulder.
Somehow specified flesh hand is worse
Okay.
than specified robot.
My non-robot hand
There you go.
on his shoulder, comforting squeeze, and go, Beauregard, you've been a true friend throughout all this, and rest assured that we won't forget all the assistance you've provided when all this is over.
When all this is over, y'all never see me again.
You sure you don't want a friend in the Watchmaster's office?
Oh, I'm planning on taking a very long vacation. You may receive letters from me. Maybe.
What would happen if one were to throw a bag of carrying into the extra-dimensional space created by Rape Trick?
It wouldn't make a explosion.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
You need different items for that.
2 bags of holding, for example.
Yeah.
How much is a bag of holding?
3.
We've probably discussed this. Does Augustine's coin bag count as one of those?
It doesn't, no. Because it's technically a mouth.
That's, thanks, right? Can I attempt to whisper a request to Beauregard or something he can get?
I'm tempted to forget you just said that.
You could roll to forget I just said that if you like.
Not the worst news in the world, but it could be better.
I got 17.
I was really waiting for that. I was going to drop that reveal at a later date. It just sometimes the perfect moment for something comes along, and that was it.
Yeah. I'd like to whisper something.
So every
to
time you're
Beauregard.
pulling out coins, you're putting your hand in his mouth.
That was the perfect moment for that piece of
That
news.
certainly wasn't what I intended when I designed that.
Oh, I know it wasn't what you intended. Sorry, man.
Going forward, when you pull coins out of there, you're going to pour them into your hand
I'm gonna
rather
send
than
you
reaching
something.
into grab
Yes,
them.
yeah,
I don't.
absolutely.
I can't.
Oh.
It's only it's the loanee who has to withdraw the
Oh,
money.
so
So basically, whoever puts their hand in is they're withdrawing their own supply of.
You certainly can.
Oh.
Yeah,
Cool.
Like you can get that's a like a
Oh no, that's
like it's the same kind of thing as going to get something from the adventurers and gear in the PHP.
Right. Okay.
Like especially in Harlan. Yeah.
Okay. And he can go get that for me.
Yeah, he's looking very tired, but he will.
Cool.
He does have his own lodgings, but mostly he's been sleeping in the hotel and hanging out here. And you got bananas inside, don't you? You got what plus 11 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like you're beginning to get the vibe you're really in his space and he's just doing stuff for you, so you'll go.
What's the cost?
I think it's 50 per.
Okay, 4 then.
Yeah.
Cool.
What is it you're buying?
Nothing, dearie. Don't worry. It's a present for later. It'll be a good surprise, I promise. Bring some matches.
holy oil.
No.
Sure.
We'll go with that. So he'll go off, get letters, give things out.
Yeah. That gives you, after discussion, which takes maybe sort of half an hour, that gives you maybe 3 or 4 hours in the basement before heading off for sundown. You know where the...
We know where the meet's happening.
meet's happening.
We've already
It is-
scoped it out, actually.
You have, yeah. So it's down by it's sort of fairly near to the water's edge over in the... just on one of the coastlines, sort of fairly close to the docks, but not like waterfront. Yeah.
Did we do some rolls and set up because I found like a stash point?
Yes, you know
Yes.
that there is a.
We found where they're most likely to escape,
We found out where they're most likely to enter from.
So what you found is
It's a
there is
pipe or something,
there is a pipe leading from the actual foreshore up through a bit of sewer, and then you suspect there's like a grate in the floor you'd come up through. You found that there is at least one of the rival syndicates, drop off, what do you call it?
Dead drop.
Dead drop, thank you. Which is a streetway, so that might be something to look at because it's very proximate. So yeah.
I believe we also found a skylight that we could spy on proceedings through. Is that right?
Yeah, sure, why not? If you want to drop in from the ceiling, I'm not.
I thought we'd found somewhere at least to keep an eye on things, so we could keep an active view of what was going on, and then intercede should we need to.
Yeah, probably. It's been 5 weeks.
Yeah, I'm half remembering.
Yeah, same.
That's good.
I honestly thought that we'd finished the session with us on that rooftop, ready to go.
No, I think we were. Yeah, we sort of still had.
Stuff you want.
But you've got a couple. Yeah, you got a couple of hours. So if there's anything you want to do, you do still have the code book you got from the auction house basement. So if anyone wants to do anything, that included.
Might give that another go.
Yeah. Could you pass me the nibbies, please?
I was going to say, do you want me to pass? Do you want me to pass you the chocolate that you brought?
Good. Yeah.
What's the roll again on the code book?
Intelligence. So it was originally DC was 25. For each roll you make, it will go down by 1 because that is for each day you're spending on it basically.
Can I
And it's now 22.
also make an attempt?
Yeah.
Can Leviathan give us both advantage?
No.
Can Leviathan give Misty advantage?
Yes.
Thanks, pointers.
Because if the DC is 22, I can't actually reach it unless it's investigation.
So is it raw int?
Yeah.
But it's not a saving throw.
No.
It's a skill check.
Which means that I do not succeed. But I got a 20.
Ooh.
Then in DC is now 21.
Yeah.
Then I can actually
you could-
make it if I get a natural
And
20.
you can try again tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, you
11.
Bad time.
Need a little back mouth.
Yeah. A little back furnace in my back. Almonds are one of my Crohn's trigger foods.
I ate almonds yesterday and thought of you.
So yeah, you obviously in this basement, which has its own lighting. There's no real way of telling what time it is, except for your man with a heads-up display over there. So you basically see the little background on the clock change as the sun.
Set reminder.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've got the little daylight.
yeah. It's just the moon starts
Yeah.
to rise. Yeah, and it's about time to be heading off to the meeting.
Have you given your sister one of the eyepieces? Metal deck.
No,
No, we definitely should do that.
Yeah. Given that we're...
Put it on. Yeah.
And just
Oh.
patch her into the network.
Oh, good.
Is she coming
She
with
can
us?
reach me at any time.
You,
Thanks, guys.
She already could.
It is hoot. It is short range comms, but you just see a request for a private channel to be opened.
That was so fast.
Except
Except it's just so she's using her own Artificer Tech datapad rather than the Amarthal one that you have. But
she's got to appreciate the nice little bit of kick.
yeah, and she's sort of she's interfacing it in and gets it working, and and you see a little chat bubble, ... dot dot dot, and it disappears.
Oh, that's
a message.
anxiety-inducing, Joseph.
That's a message for later.
Cool. Okay, you head out. It is sort of 9:30. It's that beautiful sort of purplish sky over the as the sun's setting on the land
Not
behind.
quite outside yet.
Yeah, give it a couple of hours. And this is the time of year that it is in game now because you're just before midsummer. And
We were just after midsummer.
oh yes, you're right because you had midsummer. Yeah.
We just missed the festival.
Yes,
/birthday.
you're absolutely right. So July was the so we're about July now.
We've not done anything today, right? So I effectively we should be long rested.
You should be long rested. Yes.
before we leave, obviously we use the scroll thing.
Yep.
I believe we'd already used
I
it
think
when
you
we
had.
went and did that thing. But we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
just
where we
enough
did it.
time.
But it lasts for 8 hours, so
So we're going to be able to go out, do the stuff, and then get back sharpish
to attune
to a
your.
tune. Yes.
If all goes well.
Yes.
Cool. You head out, sort of in the the twilight dusk. You're sort of bowler hats down over the eyes so as to be sort of somewhat inconspicuous, and you hoods up, and you've got a different face on, and covering up the bright pink hair, etc.
Yes.
Yes.
We do not travel together.
No, don't travel together. I was just thinking, not for right now, but for later, I could disguise myself as Little Joey. Do we know how he died? Riddled with bullets?
I mean, I don't know. You didn't find out.
No.
No, okay.
At least one person went to his funeral. I think it might have been you.
Yeah, it might have been. It was
Yeah.
me. It was a closed casket. So
It
not
was a
good
closed
sign.
casket funeral. Yeah.
Not a good sign.
Okay. Yeah, you saw like the you had one of those big like pictures with like the flowers around of like this guy just going, huh? But
Taken just before it happened.
Yeah.
Hey, little Joey, say cheese.
Bang.
yeah.
Would prestidigitation allow me to change my hair colour?
Oh, I'll allow it.
Cool.
Yeah, like manic panic sort of temporary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll allow it. Yeah, certainly.
Probably.
Let's make it something subtle.
Yeah.
Purple. No, that's too close to pink. Bright orange. Like Hayley Williams out of Paramore.
Jeez.
Because they'll be looking for a bright pink-haired girl. Yeah, probably boring black or brown.
Sure.
Very deep blue, so deep it looks black.
This is my assassin look.
That was on a character.
We want to go into our...
No, black. I can go through the emo phase.
Yes, you
cool.
go goth face, yes.
Yes, cool.
You're just Gage from Borderlands. Right, yes, you stroll through, so you're heading like separately to arrive at the, so you take sort of various routes through town, like someone's going along by like the dockside, like the real sort of sea air in the, I just inhaled a load of my own saliva and nearly died.
Oh, I love when that happens.
Sorry about that. One of you sort of heading down the like the docks under with the sea air. You can see over to the Harlan Island on the other side of the little strait which goes between. Someone's going like through town. Someone's strolling through like the business district, and then you get down eventually, and you all. Fuck's going on?
Do you want a drink of water?
Yes, actually, that'd be lovely. There's a glass just there.
Take your time. Don't try and force yourself.
I might be having a nosebleed, and it's so far back that it is
Just trickling down your throat. Oh, I hate that.
Sorry, yeah, I can taste blood. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Need a
I do beg
tissue?
your pardon? No, I don't, because it's genuinely like in my soft palate, so it's not coming out. It's too far to come back my nose.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
It's
okay.
I have to
okay.
cut this bit out of the recording. It's not glamorous.
I'm not going to do that much work.
And that's why I appreciate you. You meet back up sort of a couple of alleys over from the one where you know where the sort of drop box is, their drop. Yeah, what would you like to do? You're sort of the sun has just set. The sky is going to sort of deep blue rather than inky blue right now.
Climb the warehouse and use the skylight to have a look down the bottom, see what's down there, and just wait.
Sure.
Get a tarp to cover us so that they don't spot us immediately.
Okay, I'm going to need athletics checks from everybody to climb up the side of a warehouse.
Shit.
Ew.
Let me just see if I've got...
Holy shit. That's 16 for a total of 15.
Nice. Nice.
Let me see.
I've got pittance and rope.
Ooh.
Can I...
If you use those deity, they'll know somebody climbed the
There will
building.
be the sound of actual hammering.
Okay. I won't use the pittance, but...
Are you guys planning on doing this stealthily as well?
Stealthily, yeah.
In which case I will also like a stealth check.
Could I just do acrobatics rather than athletics?
No.
No.
There's no nearby buildings to... Like, it's the warehouse district, so everything is fire-spaced. And there's nothing nearby. It is
So
a true athletics check.
21 for athletics and 18 for stealth.
Very nice.
Once I'm up there, can I throw a rope down to help
To give
them up?
advantage, you can. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I was about to just try and argue for a check to lasso a chimney or something.
Like for some reason, all of a sudden, Lillian is just it was just super like.
Can I get a pencil as well?
Does anyone have any way of granting advantage on stealth to cancel my
Disadvantage from
Disadvantage.
being made of metal.
and minus
Unless you
one?
cast invisibility.
I've got disadvantage as well. Hold on. So that was a 17 on stealth. It is now 10.
But the rope is just.
The rope is
plain.
athletics, yeah.
Yeah,
You get an edge.
Yeah, this is the
So-
second time
You get
tonight.
advantage on the athletics, not the stealth.
yeah. So
This is the second time tonight that this dice has rolled a natural 1.
Into the bin with you.
I got 13 total
So
to climb.
the athletics checks were from you was 20,
21.
21,
Athletics was 13.
13,
Nat 20, but 19 because it's -1.
19. Yep. I'll put in that. Yep.
15.
Easily enough to get up on the roof. The stealth checks
18, sorry.
18,
Yep.
and then
I haven't rolled yet because I'm looking to see if I can eke out any bonus.
10.
10.
That's
26.
Unless
That's brought the average up.
unless you can cast invisibility, then
yeah.
but it wouldn't last
Because
forever.
I was rolling with disadvantage as well.
It would last an hour, my invisibility. But I've only got 2 spell slots.
Oh wait, I've got. Hold
That's
on.
the real warlock's curse.
Don't I?
I mean, we're going to be up here for like an hour, aren't
Yeah,
we?
short rest.
Oh my god,
Mhm.
I've got invisibility as well that I can cast.
Yeah, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Well, you cast it on yourself and on Misty as
You're
well.
right, because it's 3rd level.
Because you're casting it. Because you're
So then you get advantage.
So, yeah, I cast it. So both Misty and
Well, now
Will are invisible.
advantage on stealth. So you roll flat.
So it'd roll flat, so it reverts back to my first roll, which is 17.
That's brought the average up considerably. Yeah.
Okay, 13, 12 total.
Okay. So we'll take the midpoint of those two.
And if I'd been rolling this one, no, that was an 18.
Cool. Okay, yeah, you shimmy up onto this roof. It's sort of getting a moment in between. Like, people are still, like, out in pubs at this time. It's like a nice summer evening, so it's not like... The difficulty is not in moving silently. It's in... It's more like the, I know what I'm doing and I'm supposed to be here. Which is, you know, a good way to get in most places.
Yep.
Yeah, you sort of climb up the roof and sort of hope people on. It's like quite a flat roof, sort of this sort of what do you call it, aspect to the flatness. So once you're actually up and on there, because the warehouse is of a height with most other places, unless someone else is on like the top floors of the other warehouses, or alternatively on the roofs of the other warehouses, they're not going to see you.
I just pull the tarp out and we cover ourselves next to the skylight and look down.
That's fine.
That way, even if there is somebody up there, because I imagine they might send people up to other roofs to have a look. Oh, is there something up there? And so we'll just see, oh, there's just some detritus up there.
Sure. Okay. Do that. There we go.
Once we're covered by the tarp, I'm going to drop the invisibility and then rest for an hour.
Okay. Yeah, you as you get up on, you can see that the
Is it just us four?
unless you want to bring Georgia or
No.
Ignatia will.
It's more that whether she insists on coming rather than us.
Yeah, Georgia stays.
Yeah, Georgia stays. Happy for that.
I think Ignatia won't be coming. Neither will Georgia. Beauregard certainly won't. So yeah, like I think it will just be you four. What you see is the as you get up to this skylight, you can see that it is, it hasn't been cleaned since it was built. And that's 17, 18 years of sandstorms and pigeon crap. And you're going to be rolling at disadvantage to see anything through and at a higher DC. Then again, Lily has that perception modifier. So, I'm not a
We
cop.
use prestidigitation to clean a small portion of it.
I'm going to be asking for more stealth rolls if you do, but yes, you can.
Magic is
Is it
loud.
worth it?
No.
Well, it's
I
not
can
just
see-
it's not just that, but there's still light outside, right? And if we clean a small circular portion,
It's going to be a shaft of light coming
Yes.
in. That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
yeah.
Alright,
So
yeah.
Do any of these windows open?
No, these are just flat panes of glass set in frames.
We're going in loud.
You do also know that there is the if you want to follow the route the assassins are due to be taking, there is also the grate, basically.
From the bottom.
So you can go in top down or bottom up, and that's your choice.
If we look over the edge of the building, are there any like fire escapes at the top floor? Well, you can go
No,
from
there aren't.
Escape.
There is like a big openable window with like a hoist to get goods up onto the like. What you can see through is there is like a catwalk. Like a second layer, like a sort of mezzanine set, a wooden second floor, which is all open, but without sort of cleaning or like really peering in and having your outline appear at this point. It's difficult to see more. But yeah, so there is that like openable, not even glass windows, those are like barn door kind of thing, which are, yeah.
Is the sort of the pulley on attached to the roof with the...
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Is there something I could tie a rope to up here, so that if we did want to go through the skylight, we'd have the rope to descend upon?
What you would probably have to do is tie it to the hoist, but like in reverse.
Never mind.
And then you'd probably get, with the length of the roof and the length of the warehouse, you'd need more than one lot of rope to get down to the floor. If you have more than one lot of rope, you can, but that's the...
Nah, don't worry about it.
Cool. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
No.
Regular 20.
Perception, you say?
7 for me.
15.
20, 15,
3.
3, 7. On the 20, you can see people are starting to arrive at the warehouse. It's not like they are queuing up at the door, but you can see like a couple of like pretty rough looking types like walk into the pub across the way who weren't there before, and it's like a weird time to be arriving.
Yeah.
Like, why would you arrive at a pub at 10 o'clock on a Friday night in summer rather than 8 so you can have a pint? So yeah,
Because they're students.
Might be students. They might just
They were pre-drinking elsewhere.
have troubles. Yeah, you can begin to see this sort of stuff, especially with like Thieves' Cant more a social construct rather than a language. You can see the beginnings of criminal activity around the place.
How high up are we?
The warehouse is about 40 feet tall.
Okay, cool.
Like, not as tall as this building. Probably this building with the floor knocked off.
Oh, cool.
I'm looking through, it's just ground floor plus about catwalks.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see like there's some like vague like crate outlines. You can see things under tarps that are on the catwalk, where it's perhaps like boxed goods that's been covered over. Yeah.
Is there like a table being set up for a meet, or?
With the 20, as time goes on, yeah, you can hear like scraping from down below, as if heavy things are being moved, and you can then see a source of light coming through from one end of the warehouse, so you're kind of in the center of the warehouse. You can see it off to the west end, so furthest away from the seashore. Yeah, there is like light coming through.
Closest to the pub and...
Yes, and furthest away from the direction that grate comes through.
Okay. Guess we continue waiting.
Cool. You wait. You begin to be able to pick out the stars. You can see one of the moons is completely new tonight. One is just like a sliver of crescent. So you're working with starlight rather than moonlight. Although you are in the city, which does have an amount of light pollution, as it were. Yeah. No clouds to reflect off though, so it is still pretty dark. And okay, so here's the thing. Roll me another perception check.
Everyone?
Mm-hmm.
That was good, 14.
23.
23?
6.
12.
23. You're listening to hushed voices coming from within now. You've seen more people begin to arrive. Some people have been let in through doors. And you begin to hear like hushed voices, snatches of conversation, before you see a large gathering of people arriving all at once. They look very businesslike, one might say. Business.
Legitimate
business.
I kind of be businessman.
And you see, these guys arrive. The hushed voices, you catch a few things. Is it ready? And just up there. The delegation is let through. There are some doors on the the side. So on the west end of the building, closest to where the light source is coming from, they are let in through one of those doors and not the other. The others have been entering through the southern doors rather than the northern ones. How much screaming happens? This is my question to you before you guys decide to intervene.
Where are they in relation to us? Like, are we like, is it like, here's a window, here's where we are?
I'm going to draw you a little map.
Draw me a little map.
Draw you a little map.
Because, like, I want to try to figure out, it's like, are we directly above the bullshit? In which case, I have a specific plan.
So I'll show you what you can see specifically.
Like, if we're directly above the bullshit, then I could try and use someone to cushion my fall when I jump down.
So, door...
Or I can fly on myself.
So, this is the warehouse.
Yep.
North, south, west, east. This is the, crane hoist coming off the roof.
Yep.
That's the roof coming off here. The skylight is basically here. There is some kind of light source coming from, a table which has been set up where things have been moved aside. There is another door back here. The grate comes in somewhere over this side of the building.
Oh, so the hoist is over the street.
The hoist is over the street, yeah. Oh. It's to bring stuff up.
Not from the sea, not from a boat on...
No, you're not near enough
no,
waterfront. This would be like lifting stuff off carts and up into the rafters.
So that sewer to get to the grate is a long way.
Yeah.
Right,
it's a trek through the sewers, yeah.
Right, I'm with you.
And whatever encounters might have been in the sewers. Fuck you. Cool. So you can hear. You start to hear voices. I'll keep you 23 of that either. You start to hear voices in this kind of cadence, like.
Yep.
How's it good? Little Joey.
Oh, because he was going to be there. Of course he was.
Yeah. And you then begin to hear, really hushed voices, that are going... No, sorry. The opposite. What's the opposite of hushed? Raised voices.
Right.
Showing alarm. What's going on? And then you hear, a loud thud, at which point you start to hear heavy repeated crossbow fire.
Okay, so at that point, I go, Misty, here you go, happy birthday, hand her 4 pieces of dynamite and cast silence.
Oh boy.
And then mouth, have fun.
So you casting silence below?
So that the glass, when we shatter the glass to throw the dynamite
because it's 40 feet
and it's
high,
60-foot radius.
You utter prick.
So it will just be all of a sudden it will go dead silent in there, and then they won't hear anything.
Someone is going to have to smash this glass. You might have just completely invalidated this whole combat. Okay, someone is going to have to smash this glass. Anyone?
Which will be dead quiet.
Yeah.
I'm happy to smash the glass.
Smash it in.
If I could just do it robot hand without making a check, that's fine.
Cool.
If I need to make a check, then I'm going to hit it with something.
That's fine. So, Misty.
What do I see?
I'm going to describe to you what you see. I'm just going to remove I'm going to activate a new...
Activate a new map and then just remove a lot of things.
And I'm just going to remove, the token vision from it, because there genuinely may not be any point. So, if you want to like scroll around, so there's 2 levels to the warehouse. You're going to see. You need to zoom way more out because down below is the second level. Yeah.
Oh.
So you can see set up on under one of those tarps on the mezzanine layer at the the west end over there is one of these that was hidden under a tarp. What you can see. Let's have one more perception check just for the hell of it. The difficulty of this perception check is not seeing what's going on. It's catching sight of what's going on, absorbing that information before the explosion.
24.
Cool. Cool.
5. I've been blinded by this.
Your eyes are locked up. The sticks are dynamite.
So, you can see a large number of people staggering away from the table on one side, who are vomiting and bleeding from the nose and eyes. You can see the people on the other side are being shot with a giant, like, doof, 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 repeating ballista.
Do we see the assassins?
Yes, they are sneaking up behind.
It was a double cross even before the assassins.
It was a triple cross because there's
God.
3. Okay, we're gonna have to get into this another time. But you can see 4 guys sneaking up there, heading straight for the people at the table, and they reach it, Misty. They have. So it is what 2d6 fire, 2d6 bludgeoning
Per stick.
per. It's 1 additional for each additional stick.
Okay.
So Misty, 5d6 bludgeoning, 5d6 fire.
Do I see the Don of the Angeles Crime Syndicate there?
You don't.
So,
There was a thud, so somebody might have already died.
so, remind me, I can't use catapult, right?
Yes, you can.
I can.
You
Yep.
might not be able to right now because you're in a silence spell.
Does it have a verbal component?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost definitely.
Yeah, I will drop it
No,
after the
no,
bombs go off.
Yeah. Okay. So,
No, catapult is somatic.
You can just...
You basically just need to get out your mag launcher and go.
Oh, this is going to be...
Sorry.
I mean, this session is just going to be us finding needles and haystacks as we try and find where the rings went. It's going to be bodies.
Sifting through chili con carne with us.
Remember that image that I sent round yesterday?
How-
And here, and here, and here.
how
Yeah.
many sticks of dynamite did you give me?
4, so it is 2 plus 3,
So-
1 per additional.
I'm real tempted to use 3 in case there's a quadruple cross that we haven't come across yet.
Yeah.
I think you're the quadruple cross.
That's true.
Probably fine then. Do you need more light, Joe?
I got my phone here, thank you. I'll have you.
So, they're all there, right?
So the dying or shot light gang members are around the table.
Do you want these to be the new assassins?
Yes, please.
Oh.
Just sneaking
They
that
arrived.
way.
They arrived at the table, like just as we started chucking.
They are running forward, brandishing weapons.
Okay.
I give you a surprise round.
They're very surprised. They will be very
that-
surprised
you got a
up to
guy
the point they
behind
die.
ballista?
So they are
There's an
basically.
auto ballista, so there are 4 that were coming up there.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
there is a guy on the ballista though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'll grab you a guy.
What's the radius of dynamite?
20 feet.
Oh, okay.
You want to put this guy behind the ballista, please?
So 5, 10, 15, 20. So like that?
Yeah. It won't quite reach because of the way it won't reach the ballista.
I'd have to target the ballista specifically.
Yes.
Because we're like up here, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
You're-
going to zoom back in a bit more so that we have...
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Okay, I'm going to drag one of these tokens down so I know...
Yeah.
Are they? You could just wait until they're right up to the table, and then everyone's together.
Yeah. It's the height of the mezzanine would preclude you getting the blister as well, because it's going to detonate when it on the ground rather than mid-air.
So I imagine Missy would wait until they're all at the table.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah...
They are turning against the people that... Hang on, let me get this right. Fuck me. Who knew gang warfare would be complicated?
Very sorry, Rich. You just moved that, and now I'm making the central bit more central.
So the radius of silence is 20 feet, so it's surrounding us and the glass. So there will become a point where all of a sudden they will just hear nothing, nothing, nothing. And by that point,
and that was the last thing they heard.
Yeah, way too late to do anything about it.
Cool, I'm fine with this. So they are running in. On the left-hand side are the people who have been poisoned. On the right-hand side, so left is poisoned.
Poisoned here.
Yeah. On the other side, that ballista is pointed down that way. Yeah. And the assassins...
So shot, poisoned, assassinating.
Yes, and the assassins are running one of two ways, and I've got to work out which fucking way it is. So the ones who weren't poisoned, which is that way. The assassins are moving to go that way. Yeah.
And who is it that has the rings?
The assassins.
The assassins themselves.
But we need to kill everyone.
Oh yeah.
I also haven't given you enough assassins.
I thought you said there were 4 of them.
There were 5 because you were looking for one for George. Oh no, George already got the one, but there were 5 assassins regardless.
Oh, okay.
Extra non-detection ring ain't bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to ask for an initiative roll, but I'm going to say the first turn in combat will be Misty's surprise round of catapult and dynamite. It's really a formality, but
20.
20.
Misty could still roll pants on the dynamite.
That's true. And do you get disadvantage on dex saves if you're surprised? Or is that an older rule? I'm just going to look it up.
That might be an older rule. 17 on my initiative.
Next.
I wish I could sort spells by what
12.
has a verbal component and what doesn't.
Augustine?
16.
Misty?
20.
Okay.
There's so few spells that are just somatic.
Yeah.
So if I'm using catapult, do they first take bludgeoning damage, and then
So they take damage from being beamed in the head.
Yes. And then the dynamite explodes.
Yes. You can see like a bunch of heavy-looking thugs with maces and heavy crossbows. There's also one guy who is there and is just unsheathing a dagger, and looks to be in command of the group of assassins.
Do you know the best part about that kind of? You could just drop the dynamite, let it hit the floor, and then bounce it straight, like laterally.
That was a ridiculous spell. I love it.
It's funny.
Okay, if you're surprised, you can't move or take an action on your first turn of the combat.
me.
You can't take a reaction until that turn ends. But it doesn't say anything about dex saves.
Yeah, that's it's. I'm thinking of flat-footed.
That's definitely got a verbal component. Stone. No.
Okay. In that case, Misty.
Yeah, I can't guess.
Roll your. So catapult, is that a dex save?
Yes.
What is your spell save DC? It's not going to be good enough.
16.
Who are you targeting?
So what I think I will.
Excuse me, I'm just going
To
to
come
turn
in.
this down slightly.
So the objective will be to hit this guy,
Which guy?
the guy closest towards us.
Okay, yeah.
So that in the event that if he manages to dodge it, it will then hit the ground in front of him.
Okay. He does manage to. Give me a sec. I need to look at the list of conditions.
If he doesn't know it's there, would he still dodge?
That's the question.
You still get a dex save.
You still get a dex save, yeah.
What you could do
Maybe give him
is
disadvantage on the dex
what
save.
you could do is you could angle it so you could just go boom, boom, boom.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to give him the effects of half cover. Sound fair?
Yeah.
Cool.
Strength to that creature.
+2 to dex saving throws. Okay, yeah, he rolled well on the die, so yeah, he does manage to dodge it. And
Because it's coming down to an angle, would it hit one of these two instead?
Because of how I've positioned it, just for the effect of fairness,
You're just going dead centre of all of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
If the guy,
the end point of impact is the middle of the circle.
yes, it just happens that his body is in the way of that. He's managed to dodge out of the way so he doesn't get hit with the dynamite.
So I think what happens is he gets showered with broken glass, looks up like, "Ugh, my eyes!" Looks backwards, sort of, as he moves his head up, it comes like there. Huh? Could you roll me,
So I'm using 3 out of the 4 because we might need 1 for the ballista.
in that case, roll me 4d6 bludgeoning, 4d6 fire. That's shit. That's shit. That's the only number shitter than the last one.
14. So was it 4?
4d6, yeah.
Okay, so 14 bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then 4, 6, 11, 17.
So 14 plus 17.
Yes.
31. Cool.
3 6s.
Okie squokey. Yo was there on 12s. You're in. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good to go. Misty, it's your turn.
This is a surprise round. Isn't
That
it?
was the surprise round.
That was the surprise
That
round.
was the surprise round.
So the rest of us don't get to do anything.
I'm gonna say no, because you would have used your action to smash the glass either way.
Yeah.
But
cast
Misty,
silence.
it's still your. Okay, no. In the interest of fairness, smash glass, throw dynamite, cast silence.
Can I do a bonus action as well?
Sure.
Have you prepared a tying of the rope?
There was nothing to tie it
it would be to the hoist, basically.
Now that we smashed the glass, would you have tied it to the metal frame of the window?
If you want to use an action to use a sleight of hand check.
As my surprise...
Yeah. If you want to use it, if you want to make a sleight of hand check, because there's not. It would be like bending the frame a bit to get the place to put the rope in. But
21.
fine. Yeah. You like fast hands. Like you don't necessarily spend any moments on it, but there's a little bit of a blur of movement there.
One of the valves on my arm starts to glow golden.
Excellent. Misty.
Cool.
Can I drop silence at this point? Because it's
Yeah.
concentration. Cool.
The screams of the wounded begin to fill the dockside.
It's like, "Ah, bloom!"
So is the reason? So they're here. We're up here. Are they at a mid-level then? Or are
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
which is why I can't see it. So I'd have to go down.
Shoulder legs, dear. You're trying to shoot something in there.
Yeah. Basically, where would I have to be able to see that ballista?
You can see it.
Yeah.
Oh right.
It's
okay.
just higher up.
So there's the floor. There's the
Oh,
roof.
okay.
It is there. So you can see it off or the 45.
Oh, okay. So I can either hit these guys or that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
Because they're on different floors of the building. Yeah.
Yeah, lost it.
Another stick of dynamite. That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Another catapult.
Aimed directly at the catapult.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Does the catapult have a dex?
The catapult is an object which I believe automatically fails dexterity
Yeah.
saving throws.
Does the dynamite have like double effectiveness against structures and objects? It is made to blast.
Like, yeah.
Plinth rules!
How did you know there'd be a plinth in this fight?
Okay, so
I was like, I know how you guys are, and I knew what was going on, and I know what rolls I made for how well each rival gang's plans worked. And when you were at the beginning of the session saying, "Oh, it's going to be a really combat-y session," I was like, "Fucking not."
so
Is that
the catapult
Can you do the
causes
reactions?
16 bludgeoning damage
to the ballista?
to the ballista. Yes,
Okay, cool.
and then the dynamite goes off. So how many?
2d6,
Arm's
2d6.
way, effectively, you just use uncanny dodge quite a lot.
So that's another 7 bludgeoning damage.
I
Plus
step away
another
from you.
D6 fire.
Use a reaction
Yeah.
to just try and put a backhand.
8
And I
fire
step back
damage.
in. And
Double
then you do it
those two.
again.
Say again?
So double those two because it's
So
structure.
to 30.
Yeah.
Cool. So the ballista is badly charred, and like you see like a whole like bolt, like nuts and bolts rather than a ballista bolt, just pings off. It is still,
Does the boy at the back also take the dynamite?
Yeah!
Okay, so he takes a bunch of damage.
So this should have been a cooler reveal, but you see the traitorous visage of little Joey. Who had faked his death.
And switch sides.
Which is why I liked your plan about faking deaths. This is... Okay, you know in Pulp Fiction, where the guy walks out of the bathroom like... What happened here? The last thing that little Joey sees is a stick of dynamite bore a hole through the ballista that he is currently firing at the syndicate he worked for until yesterday morning, when better offers were made. And then the silence goes, the silent spell drops, and you just hear, nuts!
Is little Joey no more?
Little Joey is pate, right?
Little Joey is little Joey.
Yeah, little Joey is sort of
Little Joey is being
evenly
removed from the board
distributed
because
Joey.
he is
pate.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So, I suppose my movement action would be to duck and cover, I suppose.
Duck
Yeah,
and
I just
cover,
pull you
absolutely.
back.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
I got 17 on my.
You got 70. You did, which means you're going next.
Cool. How are these assassins looking?
You would estimate they are on approximately half health.
That's not low enough, really. But there's still other people alive as well who are gonna fight them shortly.
Yeah, you can see a load of basically 40 minion rule mooks who are going to take one bop and go down.
Yep.
But their attention has been diverted now. They're not so focused on the people around them because they are either full of ballista bolts or have the poison condition.
Yeah.
And you guys just threw 2 bombs at them
Yep.
in the space of 4 seconds.
So I will cast Spiritual Weapon right next to the one at the front.
Yeah.
That will be the first thing I do.
Was it 36 total damage from the first bomb? I think that's right.
Okay,
Does that
yeah.
sound
Yeah.
about right? to
It
you?
sounds about right, yeah.
That's a natural 20 on the Spiritual Weapon.
Brilliant.
16 points of force damage.
Okay. 16 was that?
Yep.
Okay.
And then to the same one, Toll the Dead.
Yep.
And he makes a Wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw, you say?
Yes.
CR8. He gets a 19.
Okay. Yeah, it's more than enough. And then I just duck back behind the cover.
Augustine, it's your go.
Can I go down the rope?
Certainly, yeah. I would say you can do that with a move action. What I will ask for is an acrobatics check this time to Errol Flynn go down a rope.
16.
More than enough, yeah.
I'll position myself here. Because it's in the middle, right? So, kind of,
Yeah.
if they decide to...
Are you... Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, so that was your... that would just be your movement, I think. So, yeah, anything you want to do with your bonus in action?
See, I've got nothing but melee. I'll wait one turn just to see what...
Well, you've not used an action yet. This
Yeah,
turn,
no.
have you?
Could I...
Hold your action to attack anyone
hold
who comes
action
in
to if
range.
anyone comes within range.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, is that
Bonus action hide.
2 slots?
I can bonus action hide. Yes.
Is it a bonus action to drink a potion you own?
It's a bonus action to drink a healing potion you own.
Right, okay.
But this should be a feat to allow you to drink
Yeah, quick
potions.
hand. Is this one of your artificer elixirs?
Yes.
It will specify in your glass.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're holding, and anything on the bonus?
Hide.
Yeah, go for it. Roll the stealth check.
21.
21. Okay. cool. That was Augustine. Okay. The guy at the back, the one who got dodge the dynamite, is going to run up to Augustine.
He doesn't know Augustine's there, does he?
He saw you come down from a rope on the ceiling. He may not know where you are, but he knows you're there.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, look, he's in range.
He is in range, so roll your attack.
Do you have...
You get
Do you have
advantage.
advantage?
You will
because
advantage.
You know where you
Yeah. Because your attack goes off before he gets... You basically step out from around the corner and...
Just check something. And the Artificer upgrade on the rapier is +1 to attack and to damage?
Yes.
Mhm.
Cool, so that is a 22.
To hit or damage?
hit.
To hit is more than enough. He uses a reaction to add 2 to his AC, and it does nothing. My paddy reaction, it does nothing.
That is 16 points of damage.
16, cool. There. Okay, yeah, you get him right good through the gut. He is then going to attempt to give you a good old mace to the face. What's your AC?
17.
First one misses. Second one misses. Third one is a 19 to hit.
Okay.
So he will deal... No, that's just a dagger. So yeah, he has a mace in one hand and a dagger in the other. He just slices you in the backhand for 5 points of damage.
I will reaction and half it.
Which is your second reaction of the turn. Because you had to use your reaction.
You did it!
You did it!
I'll just survive.
Yeah. Yeah, golf clap. Yeah, nice.
What was the first reaction?
Him actually
He
attacking.
So
saved
action,
Oh, yes.
ready and action to that. You have to use a reaction to use a ready
Of course you
action.
do. I forgot about that.
So you will have to spend a moment to
get the action,
action
back.
Yeah.
And I'll spend another moment to get the reaction back again, so I'll have another reaction available.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Wait, I successfully hit him, right?
You did.
So I get them all back.
Do you get them all back on, or is it you get one back when you sneak attack someone?
I get one back.
Yeah.
One back. Okay.
Lovely. Okay, that was his turn.
I was going to say, don't I get to go something I remembered I rolled bad?
You did. You didn't roll as bad as some people. The next guy who sort of in the order, the guy with the spear, is going to hightail it that way.
This way?
Yeah.
Are they on fire, out of curiosity?
They're not on fire, no, but they are certainly have
Is he
been
going to stick
exposed
the
to fire.
spear into some of those peats on the way past?
I think he's just going to run away. I think they realise, you know what? This might not be worth the amount of money that I thought it was, and the guy who was supposed to be paying me is there and there. So he's going to do a double movement.
So how much movement has he got?
He's got 30, so he'll
5,
just
10,
15, 20. Try and make it as far down the...
30,
Yeah,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
30.
30.
Yeah.
Got a runner.
Yeah, cool. Then it is Will.
Okay.
You need to stop them from leaving. Get down there quick.
Yeah, I was just wondering. My original plan was to see if I could land on this guy.
But you can do that
Now.
It's still a good plan.
Go on then, just because it's cool. What I will do is, if you want to, you can use, as part of your move action, you can make an unarmed strike against that guy to just boot him on the way down.
Are these raised boxes?
Yes, they're like big, double high crates.
Oh, so I could jump down onto a crate and then down.
If you wanted to, yeah.
Or you could just fall on him with your very heavy weight.
I am very heavy.
I don't know how to that other than an unarmed attack, so.
That's fine.
Transfer the 4d6 falling damage to him.
Yeah.
Give him a dex save, maybe.
Or you both do.
I mean, unless that's bullshit. It's only a +4 to hit, and only just 2 damage.
I'm tempted to push you. Get going.
Alright, fine, I'm going to try and land on that guy because it's cool.
Cool. Okay, so you jump down. Roll me, let's say, a dex save.
Shit. That's a total of 6.
Okay, so the good news is he takes 19 bludgeoning damage. The bad news is that you also take 19 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
So that was oh fucking hell.
50. Now, because this was ruled as an unarmed strike.
I went with Brad's idea of you just transfer the falling damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've still got
so 2 attacks.
Yes. You will have to use some of your movement to stand up from prone, presumably.
Is he prone?
Yes.
Cool.
Obviously he's prone.
There you go.
Do you want to grab my mini?
You get
Yes.
advantage. So you get advantage now.
He's had a 400-pound man fall on him from 40 feet in the air. He's prone.
Cool.
There's Lily. There's Misty.
I think Augustine's already over here.
Technically, that one's me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
I used little Jimmy.
Right.
Joey.
Little Joey.
There you go.
Put some respect on his name.
We're still.
No, he doesn't deserve any respect. He died almost immediately.
He did.
We're still hanging out.
So yeah, I'm going to do an attack on this guy. Alas, not a crit, but I'm sure that hits. That is a 24 to hit.
You have advantage, remember?
That was with advantage.
Oh, okay.
24 hits.
Yep. Okay, so this is 1d8 plus 6 slashing damage.
Uh-huh.
So there's 12 slashing damage.
He's dead.
Oh, plus 8 lightning
12
damage.
was what you needed.
Plus, that's cocked,
Yeah.
1 radiant damage.
There you go. You basically you fall with your full 400, 450 weight of just iron reinforced bones onto this guy. You feel something crumple. And as he's there going, please! just straight through him. You have 15 feet of movement and an attack.
Well,
or
I mean,
10 feet.
Because I'm not strong enough for the armour I'm wearing, I've only got 20 feet movement speed.
Okay,
So you
Which
get
was a
10.
bit of an oversight when I upgraded to this armour.
fair enough.
5, 10. That's all you've got.
Yeah, so...
It's fine.
Cool.
Why is he going so... Oh, I see.
Yes, I didn't realise that I didn't realise that until after the last combat.
It's fair.
It's fine.
So I've been meaning to think other ways that, like, if I can upgrade to mithril plate next, that would be fine.
Is that move action and bonus?
I didn't do a bonus action.
You can do if you so wish.
Is this assassin the most competent looking?
He certainly seems to be in charge, or at least was. Discipline has somewhat broken down.
One person's like, fuck this, I'm running.
Yeah, I might drop my Hexblade Curse on them.
Cool, go for it. Yeah, you target engaged. Okay.
Also, I've got Spirit Shroud on myself at the moment, which is what the radiant damage was.
Cool. In that case, that one on the right of the two remaining up there, that one there,
That one?
is going to go for that door in that wall.
Where, sorry?
Part way along.
This wall?
Yeah, you can only see it in the other one. It's basically it's opposite that one.
Up there, but
It's one space up.
There?
Yeah.
but there's a door there that he's heading.
Yeah, and heads out, double moves. So just move him out onto the. Yeah, perfect.
I think he must be like.
That's-
He's in the alleyway, basically.
The other one moves out into the other alley through the opposite door.
So there's a door here,
Yes.
and we could allow one to go.
Yeah.
Really, if we had to.
Then it is the guy who got Hexblade's cursed, who is going to look around and think, you know what, discretion is the better part of valor. And
Wouldn't that guy get a whole bunch of opportunity attacks running through the mooks? Like, they might not do anything, but they might manage to drop him down. Come on, natural 20s! Come on, mooks!
Would they also have poisoned weapons?
wrong group.
This one was the one being riddled with crossbows.
You're right. Those are the poison. However, their poison was all gustatory rather than. And that guy's going to follow out of that door.
This guy?
No, the assassin guy.
That one out of that door.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to chase them down then.
That is back to the top. Misty.
What?
Misty's turn.
So we're here, roughly.
How far away are they?
They've only managed to get 10 feet out the door.
You're on the roof, so you can just come to the side of the roof
and just
point
start
down the alleyway.
No, I tell a lie. They will have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're about 30 feet out the door.
And how high is the roof?
40 feet.
40 feet.
The range on catapult is very long.
So like that.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking, Granny, I can put you in front of them.
That'll work.
Lovely. So that will be Vortex Warp. You have to fail a Constitution check. You can fail to in which case you are transported up to 90 feet away.
Okay.
It has to be onto a
That's
flat...
easily within 90 feet.
Yeah. It has to be onto a flat surface that will... So I can't transport you into water and things like that, but I can literally put you directly in front of their path.
You come in like full like Nightcrawler, right in front is the reality.
I'm right after Misty, aren't I?
You are, yeah.
So like as I appear, the wings pop
Yeah,
out.
I figured they might.
They go, oh fuck.
Is that a whiz save?
They need a whiz save,
Just before you... Can I have my movement... Am I able to clamber across the opposite way to the roof? So I'm still on the roof. But
You're looking down this way.
Looking down the other side,
but I'm now on
absolutely,
the
yeah.
edge. Yeah, cool. Has anyone taken any damage? I don't think they have.
They've all taken dynamite damage.
No.
Of you
I've
guys.
taken some damage.
19 falling from just...
19 falling damage.
I'm...
In 564 AA, when the Undertaker plummeted 40 feet through an announcer's table. Or through a bandit captain.
Misty's up here somewhere. It's not worth grabbing the risers.
Okay, so you will heal.
Thing is, like, all the mooks were supposed to have like a D8 of hit points, but you just got all of them with the dynamite. The chance of any of them surviving, I just didn't roll.
You will recover 9 hit points, unless anything limits your healing ability. That is with Healing Word.
You can't Healing Word in the same turn you've used Vortex Warp.
You're right. I apologise, you don't heal 9 points.
Okay, back down to 32 then.
Yes, sorry. I'd forgotten I'd done that. So yeah, okay, cool, I'm done.
Cool. The frontmost bandit captain gets a natural 20.
Yeah,
the other guy gets a 9.
That fails.
Yeah.
So the guy in the back,
is
better
frightened.
He's afraid.
Yeah.
He's afraid for a minute as well.
Yeah. Anything else you want to do?
That's a bonus action.
Yeah.
I cast Spirit Guardians.
Very good.
So not only is these
Could you describe for me
wings,
what Spirit Guardians appear in this moment?
Little, they're crows, which are ravens, which are like messengers of the dead.
Psychopomp kind of deal.
Yeah. So like they're not, and they just hang on the shoulders and just cause dread, which damages people.
Cool. So that'll be a nice surprise for that.
Yep.
So that is this guy and that was him. So it'd be this guy. Cool. That'll happen when that happens. Anything else on your turn?
That is it.
Augustine. You got a runner?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, it seems very fast.
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Cool.
What would it cost me to pick up the ring off the body up the floor?
Are you going past it?
I was,
He was
sta- I was
stood- he was
standing
stood
at his...
over
Oh yeah. Bonus action.
No, it's not worth using the 30 feet.
Actually, no. It would be object interaction. So that's a free action. Yeah.
Then I'll grab the ring and then...
It's an amulet. It's sort of around the
Oh,
neck.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if it was on the finger, I would think you might also
Yeah.
take the finger with it because
I'm
he's
not-
not holding together very well anymore.
Cool. So I'll grab that and then...
Cool. I was Augustine. Okay, so it's the first. That guy. That first guy, the guy who moved first, is dead.
Yep.
The guy who ran that way
This way.
is going to go 30 down round that corner and is actually heading for the grate.
First 30.
Yep, and then is going to move 30 towards the grate in the corner.
Oh, I see this. Oh, I see it. Okay.
That's as far as he gets.
And you can
Unfortunate.
see literally in your highlight.
5, 10, 15, 20. Just out of range.
Is he?
I mean, yeah, there's a. I've only got 5 foot reach.
Oh, sorry, I was miscounting the numbers.
You can
I'm seeing it at the right
stand
angle.
on the grate.
Yeah, you can just stand on the grave, but you're not going fucking anywhere, asshole.
Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Unless because the metal is in me and it gives me a bonus to speed. No,
Very not.
didn't think so.
So that was that guy. Will, it is your turn.
Okay.
5, 10. Yeah, you can literally.
How healthy does that guy look?
That is this guy. You would say he has taken over half. He's bloodied.
Up to you. Because you can also stand on the grate, but it will mean a double movement. You won't provoke an attack of opportunity if you run the other way around.
Or I shoot him with Eldritch Blast.
That also works.
I mean, I might as well go 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
And because I'm not in melee,
Yeah. You're not at disadvantage for Eldritch Blast. Very true.
yes, raise my hand, a gun made of green fluorescent light appears, and I fire 2 bullets.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, I forget you get 2 attacks.
Thirsty, thirsty blade.
Well, no, this is.
Oh, this is just 2 beams. Yeah.
This is just 2 beams of Eldritch Blast.
Have.
I'm just going to roll both dice together. Okay. Might spend inspiration. Oh wait, no, I've got the hero point or whatever it is.
Destiny point.
Destiny point.
It can serve as a regular inspiration point.
Yeah, I'll use that to re-roll one of these.
Yeah.
That was even worse.
Okay.
I might use my actual inspiration.
Sure.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, that's a 26 to hit
Yeah.
and a 17 to hit.
That hits. Yeah.
Okay. This will be 2d10 force damage. That is 13 force damage
Okay, so that is this guy.
plus.
Yeah.
Really? Snake Eyes? 2 radiant damage.
From.
Spirit Shroud.
Yep. Yep.
And then Machine Strike. Let me just look at what the wording was on that.
Yeah. Is that the one we took from Cleric?
Yes.
I don't think it adds to spells. Because
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, yeah.
Yeah, because the other one is potent spell casting, which is the one you do add to damage.
Yep. Okay, in that case, that's it.
Okay. That guy's in Spirit Guardians, so it's going to make a.
Constitution. No. It's, that might be Wisdom. Hold on, let me check. It's a saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, he gets a 19.
That succeeds. He still takes half of 28.
Fuck me.
14.
This is 14.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is at the one at the front or the one at the back?
It's the one at the front.
He is afraid. He must flee.
No, the other one was afraid.
Oh, okay.
The guy
so
at the back was afraid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not afraid,
Yeah.
but he has half movement while within Spirit Guardians.
Yes. I think he also likes his chances more 2-on-1 because I don't think he would know that his friend is afraid.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to attack.
Can I just point?
Okay. I don't know why I'm bothering to roll today.
Cool.
I know that this is a collaborative story. This smarts. Honestly, this hurts a little. That was a 3, a 7, and a 1.
Wow.
On 3 attacks. So he misses with all of it. Basically, you just hold up, just like battering on the shield and just completely unmoving in the face of this.
Yeah.
He's doing like flashy, like spinny blade shit, and it's just.
I just point out, I teleported in, dearie, and I'm a fucking angel. What do you think your chances are?
That guy is gonna run.
This guy?
Yes, he's gonna run 60 feet off into the. So yeah, just keep track of the. That's your one.
Augustine will catch him next round.
And then it's that guy who was afraid.
He takes 28.
He does.
Well, unless he makes the wisdom save.
It's a natural 20.
Takes 14.
He does.
And then must flee the opposite direction.
He does. The bandit cat in front of him is like, well, what you haven't considered is that you're outnumbered. Just
look at him like,
that is
sure, dude.
2 30s.
I will admit, I have made an error. Cool. So that was him. That was the Misty.
Okie dokie. So he's.
Oh,
now,
god damn it.
He's now
He
our
is
friend.
60 foot or further away.
Yeah, so I can hit him with my gun, but it's at disadvantage, or I've got.
You can't see the guy in the alleys.
No, that's what I was.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to.
You can see him through the broken glass of the roof, yeah.
So, in that case, I'll move closer if I have to, because this has got a range of 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be Ray of Sickness.
Is that con save from him?
Yeah, assuming I hit. So, yeah, gonna pull two vials of differing shades of green, smash them together, and then project them at guy for a total of 14 to hit.
14 to hit.
Yes.
Does not hit.
Yeah, I thought you may say that. Okay, so could I have hit him from there?
No, you would have to move sort of 20 feet up.
So yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20.
That's where you can see through, yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Spirit Gardens is difficult
So
to
Oh,
fire
yes, of course.
is it allowed? I'm going to keep moving towards this way to try to get to the alleys next turn.
Okay. You are going over 10 feet of open space where there used to be glass.
That's a very good point.
Well, you can just go whoop, right?
You need to go another one down, so it would cost another 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I'll let you move your own character.
there and there.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'll do that. I've also got the option to rappel down if needed. Okay, cool. That's all I can do.
Cool.
Because I'm all out of dynamite.
Alas.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Misty. Lily.
Okay, I've got a boy in front of me. How is he looking, this boy in front of me? Very hurt?
That is that one. Bloodied.
Okay. Oh, the fear will wear off at the end of my turn. Just so you know. So he'll stop going. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
What's under my feet? Stone?
Yeah, stone. I don't know why you asked that question.
It's a very weird thing.
Is it stone sculpt or like flesh stone or something? Stone to flesh?
Melded to stone.
Melded stone.
I could just go. can't just go right underneath it. Should be weird, but no. What little spell is this? Second. I want to cast. How far away is he? Too far. I need to kill this asshole in front of me. I need to get to the other guy. Fuck it, I'll class inflict wounds at level 3.
Cool.
18 to hit? Yeah, 18 to hit.
Brings up his parrying dagger and parries your hand aside as the energy leaches through it and into him.
He's like,
uh-oh. That is to say, he added his parry AC and you meet his AC
Cool.
and therefore beat it.
5d10.
So he's expecting a weapon strike, and you just grab his wrist.
Yeah, exactly that.
8 and 6 is 14. 16, 17, 18, 19.
Just going to make a preemptory pencil strike there.
32.
No, that's the wrong one. It's this guy.
32.
He's dead.
How much health did he have?
Not that much.
Can I have grabbed the hand that had the ring on it, and as it just rots
an amulet.
away? Oh, it's an amulet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just grab him by the neck.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just yeah, just like you rot his body to the point where you can pull the chain through his neck.
Yeah. And then,
Like a bacon slicer.
You hear that, lads? They think they're going to
To kill me, local man who was killed.
I'm not in range of him.
Cool.
That's as far as I can get.
Augustine.
I catch up,
Mhm.
and that's all I can do, but the Raper is either going to run away from me,
Yeah.
get sliced, or...
Okay, yeah. That is him now.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It is that guy who is going to move 10 feet, pull up the sewer grate, and drop into the sewer.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, it is... Yeah, that's what happens.
We got 2.
You don't see what happens after that. Will, it's your go, so you might see what happens after that.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to drop Spirit Shroud,
Yep.
because I'm going to cast Fly on myself.
Dynamite, yeah.
No, we got no dynamite, Joseph.
Yeah.
I cast Fly on myself, which I believe gives me a speed of 60.
Yeah. How does your fly manifest?
Jetpack bursts out my back.
Basically, your scapula fold outwards, and there's like rockets in that. Yeah, cool. So you've got more than enough movement to catch up. You could go into the sewers. It's about 15 foot down. He was climbing down a ladder, which took movement.
Is he still on the ladder?
He was not quite still on the ladder because he was double moving. So he's about 25, 30 feet down the tunnel. The tunnel is not wide enough for you to get past him. It is, however, tall enough for you to go over him.
I mean, I was planning on going through him.
Very good. Isn't fly your action?
Yeah.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah. So you cast fly as your action. You can get in front of when you move. You do then have a bonus.
I mean, how far away is he from this point here, movements-wise?
So he moved 10, then he moved 15 feet of difficult terrain, so 30 down the ladder, and then he moved 20 feet down the tunnel.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to fly.
And
The
because
other option was expeditious retreat. That wouldn't give me enough to get there.
sure.
So yeah, I will fly over him and I will land in front of him.
Well, he's climbing down the ladder. You could just jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not difficult terrain, but you got movement in hand. Yeah. Cool. Anything with your bonus?
My Hexblade cursed the wrong one. No, I've got no bonuses.
You've got this one. I'm trying to chase
Cool.
after.
Then it is that guy.
This guy.
That guy. Yes.
You said that he will no longer be frightened.
He's no longer
He's no longer
frightened.
frightened. Is he within Spirit Guardians?
No.
Okay.
If he moves one step closer, he is.
He's not going to move closer. What he will do is pull out a crossbow and shoot at you.
Okay.
No, I tell you what. Actually, he ducks back into the building.
Well, the door was there though.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
You
in
can
that-
get. You
he's
can try.
happy-
You can get closer if you
Yeah,
want.
No.
get
He's going to
closer.
move.
Does he know
he's
that
gonna
there's
move.
spirit guardians there? That
He's
He's
going
going
to
to
move
move
down
down the road a bit, like say 15 feet. Ducks into an alley going that way, and then instead of carrying on, takes the hide action.
Okay.
What's your
Passive.
Passive, yeah.
15, I think.
That's 22.
Okay.
And then pops back out and tries to shoot you with a crossbow.
Sure.
Oh, okay, so he's back out there again.
That is
Oh, okay.
18.
Does hit. Does, yeah.
Okay. Fucking finally.
I don't have
Cool.
shield,
Could you make a con save, please?
Yeah, when you get to the edge of the roof, you are still going to see him. There is going to be no hiding from that vantage
What
point.
is my
Minimum.
My con is not
Have you got
great.
anything flashy?
Well,
Did you say flashy or fleshy?
I rolled a
Flash.
17
Okay.
minus 1.
For a
16,
16.
yeah.
Pass.
Whew.
You're going to be glad of that.
That's good.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. So you take 4 piercing,
Cool.
half of 25 poison, and sneak attack to the tune of. Okay, there's the good rolls. 18,
4, 12, and 18. So 30, 34.
34. Yeah, you feel like a numbing poison just sort of start to arrest your breathing as it sinks into you.
34 divided by 2 is
17.
17. I rolled an 18 and I got. Okay, that's fine. Yep, the Spirit Guardian stays up for
Okay,
now.
perfect. Then he's done. He will then duck a little bit back down, 10 feet down there. Yeah.
Okay.
Then that is. Oh, piss flaps. Just realised something.
Would you realise?
No, didn't make a difference because he didn't pass the dex save. Because he has evasion, but he failed the dynamite save, so it wouldn't have made a difference. No, that's fine. Cool. He only has multi-attack if he's using 2 short swords, so...
You were in melee with that guy, weren't you?
Yeah. Then it is...
Augustine's new friend?
It is Augustine's new friend, who is going to...
Does he know that I'm chasing him?
Oh, yeah! You're coming like a fucking ninja behind him. Fucking...
He's like, ooh, I'm away scot-free, I'm...
Oh god, how is that old man moving that fast?
because you've got a cane, right?
Yeah.
You're doing that.
But at the moment, it's like, shh.
It's like you're being fast forwarded.
Yeah, he's literally taking a casual stroll, it's just happening at speed.
I'm going to make an intelligence saving throw.
You yourself, or...
Well, I'm going to make it for him.
Oh.
He is going to disengage, move another 30 feet. Because he thinks if he was 60, he was 80 out the door because he had like part of a movement, then another 60, then 30 there. Could I get a perception check from you?
22.
Cool. You clock what he's doing. He's trying to go straight for the dockside and into the water, or into like a canal, so he can try and lose you in the water, basically. But he's only 30 feet away, so do with that information what you will, as it's Misty's turn.
So this guy's ducked.
Into an alley.
But you
That's
could,
not- It's a shame.
From being able
But
to see
from above, if you can get level with him, you'll be able to see him.
Yeah, it's a shame. I was hoping he'd be closer because I'm going to leap on him.
You see, a 450-pound Iron Warrior doing that, it'll have a very different effect to a 90-pound teenage girl doing it.
Yeah, she hasn't
You're not
quite.
even soaking wet.
Yeah. Okay, so
Speak for yourself.
Jesus.
10,
Yeah, you can see him from there.
Cool.
Or if you go one more space, by the way, you'll be able to see him. Yeah.
30. Okay. Hello.
How does he look? How is this guy looking actually? Because
Bad.
bad. Okay, I just need to get close to him then. That's
Cool.
fine.
Yeah.
He looks bad.
Right, okay,
Can I have
good.
some mini eggs to solve my bruised ego, please? It's like, oh well, I'll throw like 4 feel really like tough enemies, and then one like really like one's way above, and then.
How's that looking there for you?
And then I'll eat
To be
him.
fair, our objective is to actually kill them all. His objective is just to survive.
Yep.
So he could just run away and he would win and we would lose, which is what he's trying to do. So this is actually a bit of a tougher combat than if we were just trying
It's
to
more
survive.
sort of skill challengey than combat challengey. Yeah.
It's not a good roll. It's a 15.
To hit. On that dude. What was it? So is that you shooting him?
Yeah.
Hits.
Ray of Sickness.
Hits.
Again.
Beats it.
Cool.
Do you need a con save?
Ray of
Ray of
Sickness.
sickness.
I will need a con
Passes
save.
a con save.
Okay, so he's not poisoned, but he will still take 11 points of poison damage.
Still up.
Did he have 12 hit points?
You do.
Cool. My turn.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All you need to do is to move and concentrate on Spirit Guardians and let the crows do the work.
It's on his turn. At the beginning of his turn, he's just gonna die.
Yeah.
And the crows are just like on his shoulders, just staring at him.
Just gonna. Augustine.
How far away are we from the water? So his goal is to lose me in the water, but how far away are we from?
You're like 50 feet.
You can catch him.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up to him.
Yep.
Whoop!
And stabby.
Stab it.
Yeah.
It's a shame that like you couldn't hide before doing anything in the attack.
It's max 5 though, so it's 13.
Okay, that's a chunky hit. He's not down, but he's not happy.
Because I hit him, I recover a moment.
A moment, you do.
And also, his next attack roll or ability roll is make disadvantage.
Okay. Cool. Will,
Yes,
it's your turn.
it's my turn.
Can I, with a free action thing, can I say to him, we merely need your amulet. We'll let you go.
Now. You have given him pause. Will,
Okay,
I'll let you know on his turn what happens.
Yeah.
Gonna make 2 attacks.
Go for it.
That's annoying. That's, I believe, only a 15.
Is that on the first attack?
First attack.
He will use his parry to make that one miss,
Okay.
expending his reaction.
And that's a 19.
That hits.
If you have Eldritch Smite, now's the time.
I don't have any spell slots left.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, that's true.
I had to spend one just to catch up to him. So that is 9 slashing and 5 lightning.
14, very commendable.
14 total.
Gone. You throw it through the collarbone, down in, and yeah, just like split him down to about sort of mid nipple. And yeah, dead.
And then just a pulse of electricity courses through my sword.
Cauterizing.
I grab the amulet before he falls.
Yeah, very good.
So he falls away and I'm
God,
just
that
holding
must,
the amulet.
the last few moments of that man's life must have been terrifying. Seeing like this like robotic warrior with a burning eye with like crosshairs in it slam down in front of him in the dark in a sewer in which he did not carry a lit torch. The only light that he saw as his eyes faded was you.
Yep.
Just one light. Again, his vision tunnels on one red light.
I'm afraid I can't do that. Okay. That was...
I've got movement.
You do?
60 feet of movement. I'm going to fly up and out.
you can get, I think, probably about to where Misty is, but like underneath in the actual building. Does that make sense?
Yep. I'm not going to try and Kool-Aid through that.
That's a brick wall.
So, that was Will's turn. That gentleman, okay, is going to make an insight check. Do you have any intention of leaving this man alive?
I was just trying to buy some time. I'll make him poor.
Did he roll a 1?
No.
Did he roll something close to a 1?
Yes.
Was it a 2?
No.
Would you roll deception or sure?
Roll deception.
Just in case you roll a 1.
Not 20.
Says,
28.
you know, as seeing your eyes, the eyes of a respectable businessman, and as such, I believe we can indeed do business. Takes the amulet off, passes it to you, and in doing so, will grant you advantage on your next attack against it.
You hold out your hand, grab the amulet, and
Just stab the other one.
use his little hold on the amulet to pull him onto the sword.
He dies,
Yeah, he takes 24 points of
and
damage.
basically it's your turn again. So would you like to make that attack roll?
That's big.
I will tell you now, he has 16 hit points remaining.
You can sneak attack as its advantage.
You do.
It is a 16.
To hit.
Mm-hmm.
He will parry, and that will
Oh,
miss.
17. 17.
He will parry, and that will hit.
Last second.
But why?
I lied. Oh.
22 points of damage.
Putting very real meaning to the phrase "cutthroat businessman." This to a lot of the observers. By the way, there are some observers to this because you're out in the street now. This looks quite a lot like a mugging.
You better leave the scene of the crime very quickly.
You can see shit.
You are out of initiative as your man over there.
I'm not in the street though. I'm in an alleyway.
You are in the alleyway, yeah.
Can I
He's gone as
pull
well, right?
pull this guy back in?
Yeah.
Lily comes.
So,
back
like,
in.
as we're out of combat rounds, describe to me how the next few minutes
Lily
go.
grabs this guy, pulls him back in,
Yeah.
and she kind of comes in through the door. Will sees her. She is fucked up. Oops. Ow.
I'm pretty sure one of my legs is actually broken, but the metal plate's holding it together.
You're welcome, William.
Thank you.
Just for, I guess, technical purposes, are there any survivors that don't have figures?
Not at this point, because I would have put lots of them on there, but you had to go and get all nitroglycerin-y, didn't you?
Yes, we had to.
Genuinely, that whole table was covered by a 20-foot radius. I don't know why I didn't foresee this. Frankly, that's on me. They all had less hit points than you rolled, even if they'd saved, so there was no point in putting them on there. They were academically, maybe some of them still alive, for set dressing purposes.
But they would have bled out during the rest of this.
Yeah. Will, are you back in the warehouse now?
Yes. I didn't actually leave it, because
Cool.
I only got to there.
So,
I'm looking for advice.
I will also tell you a thing in a second. Yes.
Sorry, I would cast Detect Magic. Does anyone else have magical objects on their person?
I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Will, as the fighting dies down and the last sort of thump of body happens, you hear...
You done a fine job in disposing of my affair, what the fuck?
I've done a fine job of
disposing of... you've done a fine job of disposing of these what the fuck. As Don Angeles comes out from underneath the table, and where
just
he was,
sees me hovering.
and just sees you hovering there with a jetpack.
Do I know you?
And I'm going to use disguise self
Yeah.
to make my face look like it used to look.
Goodbye.
I cut off his hands!
So say again?
I cut off his hands.
You are not next to him when this happens. Like,
Oh, I thought I was over the table. I moved over here.
you'd already moved over there. In which case, he's going to disengage and then run.
Yeah, I've got 60 feet
Which
of
way is he
movement.
running?
Yeah, which
To
is
the nearest door.
Well, that means
Lillian's
I'm at the
here
door.
at the nearest door. He's coming in the other
Yeah,
door.
well, that-
Oh my god!
So I'm pulling in the body from like one side. I go, what the fuck are you?
Whichever
And I still
door
have Spirit Guardians active.
Whichever door he reaches, there's going to be a blood-soaked figure.
I mean,
This has been a low ebb for me.
arguably Augustine is better because he won't instantly die.
This one hurts. Yeah. Yep. You guys DM for a bit. I'll just be sitting here while you tell me what happens.
Okay, so as he runs towards, let's say, Augustine, and then meets Augustine at the door, he'll just pause and go, ah.
Shit.
At which point Will flies up behind him, grabs him by the collar, and just staples him to the floor with a sword through the foot.
Nasty. At which point I'll rifle through his possession and find 20 sticks of dynamite.
Maybe you should take back over again to prevent this.
Okay, it's going in the character sheet.
And I find a sunblaze!
So, yeah. This sort of like quite like piggy tubby little man who, you know, you could have had a really interesting conversation with, just gets pinned like a fucking butterfly into the floor and dies. I mean,
Oh, I wasn't trying to kill him with that, but fair enough.
I mean, roll your damage. I'll say.
Okay, I'm going to choose not to use Machine Strike.
Not lethal.
I mean,
Yeah, you're way too late.
I mean,
Okay, what I'm going to say to you, yeah. What was the amount?
11.
Yeah. What I'm going to say to you is Ryan used the phrase, "I'm going to staple him to the floor."
I did say through the foot.
Regardless. Anyhow.
A lot of very important arteries
Yeah.
and all kinds of stuff down
even
there.
if you didn't hear him, I rolled a 5 on perception, and because we've killed everyone else and the instruction was no one leaves alive,
Bang!
I'm on the roof. It's a 22 to hit.
This really didn't. Today has been a real day.
So, what I'm going to ask for now is like we're going to go into a skill challenge, and this will be the no, there's a few things you wanted to say. If anyone has any magic items,
Yes.
Yes, a couple of the mooks have like magic rings on. They are like made of wood, so they don't look like the typical, like you would expect them to be made sort of nicer metal.
Did they marry each other to get a bonus to armor?
That's not where I was going. But hey. The guy that just gets pulled in like one-handed on the back by like a bleeding out Lily has a magic dagger. Yeah, that's about it.
Do any of them wear non-magical rings?
Yes.
Are any of them wooden?
No.
Okay.
It appears to be one, from what you can tell from the broth you are sorting through, it appears that only one side had such objects.
Okay. The non-magical rings, are any of them super identifying?
No.
In that case, can I take one of them?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. And then I will collect the actual magical ring.
Cool. You can collect 5 amulets of total with the ones you've already got. 5 amulets of proof against detection.
Cool.
Yeah.
What, 5 additional ones?
No, including the ones you've got.
Oh, okay.
A total of 5.
Yeah.
Is there anything anyone else wants to do in this charnel house?
I mean, before as Angeles expires, just look into his eyes and say, "Might not have been personal to you, yet personal to me. Goodbye."
Rifle his fucking pockets.
And then rifle his pockets, and then
you find like a money clip.
I'll take a money clip.
Yeah, with like gangster walking around money, which is I can say like, let's say 300 gold. And I really want to make a Godfather quote, and I just can't think of one. But
It's a shame his daughter isn't getting married today.
yeah.
So sorry, 5 amulets of protection. How many magical rings?
2.
So 2.
No, of the little wooden ones, probably 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 6 magical rings. I don't know what they are yet.
The Don himself didn't have any magical items on him?
Nope.
Okay.
1 magical dagger.
This was actually him as well, yes? Not
Yeah,
her.
it seems to have been.
What about the rival Don, the one he was meeting?
Roll me a medicine check.
No. Whatever he's got anything on him.
Yeah, I'm saying to locate the right bits.
Yeah.
11.
You find, let's say, 30 more gold sifted out. Like a lot of it's like bent in half, and you're good. Cool.
I see you like with this bent gold coin. It's not worth it, dear. Really?
I can still use it for magical components.
Yeah.
And I try to flick the bent coin like a coin.
Put some backspin on it.
It just comes back to you.
Yeah.
Should we...
I'm thinking I'm gonna
Cool.
dump this guy in the sea.
How
You
close are the walls from like this warehouse to the next one? Like if we
Yeah.
burn this place
That's
down...
what I was thinking.
Well, they were
It
already
is
a fair
specifically
fire.
fire gapped, as
Cool.
are most things in the warehouse district.
Cool.
Burn it down. I'm surprised the dynamite hasn't already, but yeah.
I mean,
Some of these
It's
are
getting
fire, a
there.
little
we're
bit
getting
fire,
there.
yeah.
We're getting there.
Right. Let's go out
So
to the
you can
sewers.
hear alarms being sounded, both fire and more sort of law enforcement-y ones.
Let's go out to the sewers then.
Yeah. What I'm going to ask for is, I'm going to go into like voluntary initiative rounds. So like someone say what you want to do first, and then like describe to me how you assist the getaway from this quite obvious situation that has been created. Does that make sense? So you're
The
heading out through the
question I
sewers.
have
Yeah.
Is do we know where this sewer lets out?
Yes, so Augustine would have scoped this out like earlier in the day. It's over that way towards the sea, about 150 feet.
So it lets out into somewhere secluded that we can get to the sea quite easily from there.
So it lets out underneath a pier that sits on the seafront.
So, relatively secluded.
So out of character, is it a stupid idea to try and bring Angeli's body with us so we can dump it in the sea and it's never found, so I can impersonate him later?
If we just bring him down to the sewer, dearie, that's probably enough. Nobody's going to find him underneath
You've got
the sewer.
fly and are super strong, right? So it's
I've got
good.
fly.
Yeah.
My strength is only a 12.
I'll just drag him into the sewer.
Yeah,
No
so
one,
drag
no,
him to the
no
sewer
one
and
will
sewer
find him
then.
down there.
Cool. Okay. So
Um,
what things are happening among you guys? Yeah, to sort of obfuscate this
So
escape.
my objective will be to encourage fire to start at the only ingress points into the building.
Arson. Perfect. Roll me an alchemist tools check.
Arson.
So be
Yay.
proficient int.
Yay.
Somebody arson about.
23.
I mean, you're a fire starter, a twisted fire starter.
Yes.
Yeah, you start throwing reagents out that like magnesium powders and like hydrocarbon oils and stuff, which really sort of going to the.
The idea is obviously to burn the whole warehouse down, but to make immediate ingress impossible.
Sure, so
we-
that no one can follow you. And,
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Before we go down, could we just bolt all the doors from the inside or bar them?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna say, give me like an acrobatics check to get through the already burning building.
24.
Perfect.
So like the only thing I think Lillian can do is she can cast light on her hand, and then when we get down there, she can just go and lead them through with using minimal light without torches or smoke or anything
Cool.
like that.
Go for an Arcana to sort of control the.
Sure. What's that? Skills. 14. Not great.
Will, what are you up to? So you're carrying Angeli's body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll me, I'm going to say a stealth check. It'll be at disadvantage. But this is sort of trying to maneuver. Again, like the tunnel is tall, but it's not particularly wide. So you're having to go.
To be fair, I don't care if he gets bashed about a bit.
That's fair. This is more like trying to go down with Fly, like you know the dude, the little froggy-looking dude in Avengers: Infinity War, the wizard, the space wizard, where he just sort of goes straight forward in levitation rather than superhero style. Go for it.
2.
Fair. Like the as I said, you don't mind about the body getting a bit bashed up, and it certainly does. Do you guys, the rest of you, follow down through the sewers? Cool. You splash down into the sewers. It's gross down here, but it's not like it's not like brain. It's not so unsanitary that it's going to be causing, like, you're not like rolling con saves or anything.
Was there a lock on the sewer grate?
There was, but
Can
not when you get there. You can see the place where a lock would go.
Right. Okay. Okay. So it's not like there's a broken lock that I can cast.
It's almost as if somebody in advance of the meeting unlocked the sewer grate, which was supposed to be locked.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I can't remend the. Yeah. I don't think. Sorry, I'm just wondering if I've got a bar, like a metal bar or something that I could.
Sure. A piton would do.
I got pittance. If
Yeah.
you want a piton.
Yeah.
Yeah, between you can wedge it in there, and the thing is shut. And as the fire sort of begins to bring bits of the roof down of the warehouse, you splash way through the sewers. It is at this point I will ask the question: what are you doing now?
You need to get back to
I
it.
just suddenly had a thought of if little Joey had somehow managed to cling to life throughout all that, was playing dead the entire time. It's like, oh, geez, they're gone. Now I can finally.
A burning girder from the roof. Yeah. Yeah.
We need to return back to a certain sex pest's home. However,
Yeah, we got to get back to that safe place so that we can then attune to the
Yeah.
ambulance.
yes.
Yeah.
My question is: does this safe house, safe house we've been staying in, have a shower? Or-
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's lucky then, because we might actually push him to breaking point if we have to remain there much longer.
Yeah. Cool. You can I get stealth checks from everybody as you move through the city?
I'm no longer carrying the body,
That's fine. Yeah.
but I still have disadvantage because clunky.
Where do you leave the... Do you just leave the body, or do you dump it in the sea, or what do you do with it?
So I'm either thinking mutilate it beyond recognition and leave it in the sewers to be devoured by rats or whatever,
Lily goes,
or sea burial. I've got like an hour of flight. I just fly low and fast, dump him, and then fly back. Maybe like attach some. What's the heaviest thing I've got on me?
your arm? I don't know.
Okay, find a.
Roll me a nature check.
Oh, that's my best roll of the evening. Dirty 20.
Cool. You begin to fly the body of Don Angelis out to sea, and you are sort of casting about in your pack while you're going for. Yeah, I think you might have twigged what I'm going for. You sort of heavy things, and you sort of like, I ain't really got anything. And you look down, and you notice the water's like real frothy beneath you. And you're like, oh, I wonder what that is. And then you see like a big sleek fin just break the surface of the water. as you're leaving like a trail of like bloody chum along the water.
Okay.
So if you want, you can send them to sleep with the fishes.
Yeah, you're sleeping with it.
Hey, I got a gangster reference in.
There you go.
Cool. Yeah, you drop them in, and you just see the feeding frenzy begin. Cool.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, I see a little, the water just spinning unnaturally.
Oh, what, like...
A big turbine to throw him into.
Way too close to shore.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the stealth rolls?
31.
Alright, yeah, stealth.
My man.
Oh, come on.
It was a nat 20, and then I was reminded I had disadvantage, so it's only a 15.
You can cast invisibility again.
31,
No, got no spell slot.
15,
16.
16.
Dirty one.
Dirty one. Okay, cool. Eldritch one. Nice. Okay, so we can take the average of... So, like... You lead your party through like an absolute ghost. Like, all the little hidden eyes, all the switchbacks, all the tricks of the trade. You think you are unobserved as you exit the sewers. You do have the sort of little niggling doubt in your brain that at least 3 of you were outside for some amount of that. So some of the common folk might have sort of clapped eyes on you. It didn't appear to be anybody you clocked through like your sort of thieves connections were like gang members or anything. But something to bear in mind.
At least Misty's hair was black.
And
one had actual wings out, like some kind of undead thing.
I was in the alleyway, not the street.
I mean
You were out front.
those
a little
like
bit.
yeah.
Your vortex right.
Oh,
that's the-
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
It is what it is.
It did look very biblical, though.
Very biblical.
Cool.
Angel of Death appearing in front of me. Just there.
Literal, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you head back to Beauregard's, you give it the old shave and a haircut, and after a few seconds, the you see like Ignatia open the hatch and sort of beckon you in, so objective complete. Operation Styx.
Yep. All done.
Yep.
We do need a shower.
I can see.
Yeah.
The smell I'd be
You appear to
worried
need
about.
some kind of bandage.
I need several dearie. I took a
Right, in you get.
right beating.
Yeah, you
I'm just annoyed that all of my damage was self-inflicted.
Perfect. Yeah. So you are back in the yeah, that's your combat encounters for the day. That was several levels above what you should have been able to manage, and honestly,
And dynamite.
that's a problem for me. Yeah, you. Is that thing anything?
Ooh.
It is. Cool. Yeah, you shower the like gore spatters and sewer water off of your various forms. Beauregard actually gets back a few sort of half an hour, 40 minutes up after you, and says, "Yes, I handed those letters to that strange grave-digging gentleman at the cemetery as you asked. He said he'd pass it on to our mutual friend."
Does saying that word pain Beauregard greatly?
It couldn't possibly say. Yeah. So the question remains: what is the plan from here?
So
You can attune to the amulets;
Yeah.
they appear to be perfectly functional.
Amulet of proof against detection.
Amulets are
location.
proof against detection, so you cannot be scryed on. You cannot be, basically, as with the rings, you cannot be the target of.
Can it be targeted or perceived through magical scrying senses?
Yes. So even if someone scries someone next to
or
you,
divination magic in general.
yes. So
Does this mean we can't use me to ask the questions anymore?
yes.
Yeah.
So I assume those scrying amulets, the spare one is going to Georgia.
Yes.
Yes.
So was
She
it
will also attune.
We clean it off first.
Very fair.
amulet of proof against detection and location? was
Yes,
it?
that's it.
Mm-hmm. You can't be targeted by such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors at all. You are hidden from divination magic.
Okay, so question is, do we try and make a stand in the city, like a sneak attack type thing, or do we go and try and find something we can use against them?
We need to
Like,
wait.
there is a lot of fun stuff out in the desert. If we find a decent sub-site, or sorry, even a decent main site, we may find, if not something we can use, then possibly printer ink, so that we can then print something we can use. Like a full-on sunblade would be just great.
We need a little time to wait out the effects of our deaths to spread a little bit before we do anything. And then we need to see what the effects of those are. What reaction it elicits from this woman. Does she go on a rampage? Does she go nuts? Does she just start doing... We need to be aware of what she's doing. If we leave the city, we lose all information on her.
No, because we've got routes back, we've got communication lines.
Are the most reliable ones are your sister. And I don't think she's want to be doing any spying for us.
True.
Now we'll need a different safe house because we can't stay here forever. And we need to figure out what we're going to do about Georgia. Sorry, dear, but I think we just, for now, let's have a nice rest, Rukop. We
I
got
have a thought. Would you be able to figure out where some of the Angeles safe houses might be? And then I make myself look like Don Angeles. Because we could use them ourselves.
I mean, I could look for the ones that are legally owned by them through paperwork, or we could go to our underground networks and find that. Either way, we've got some avenues.
Perhaps Mr. Beauregard could provide some assistance at helping us get out from under his feet. I can't do his accent yet.
In what way would you need assistance?
Being able to figure out where an Angeles Syndicate safe house might be.
That's probably more your area than Beauregard's. Beauregard operates with the legitimate parts of illegitimate business rather than safe houses, which are traditionally used to squirrel away the opposite. Yeah.
Brad, are you the player deliberately not mentioning your children in these plans? Do I get the impression that if we decoded the book, anything we decide right now will be immediate second priority?
There is probably a element of she's trying not to think about them because the only thought that she would have is that what if what we've done triggers her to go kill them. And so she's trying to push that thought out of her head. So right now she's in almost in like panic mode. She's been fighting, she's used to that. That's okay. I can keep going. The adrenaline wears off. I'm just going to have a breakdown.
Could we have left the book with Ignatia? Would she have been happy to attempt to try and decode it?
I mean, she can take a go now. I think you would need to have said earlier. But
yeah. So if she can decode it, then maybe we can get a bit of direction.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Are we allowing a long rest?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, so
in that case, I'm going to respec one of my spells to be Identify. Can I ritual cast Identify on what the magical rings are?
So those are magical rings. I think they were featured in Descent into Avernus. They're anti-snitch rings. They prevent people from... They enforce loyalty among...
They kill people
Yeah.
that try and...
Oh, okay.
So you don't want to put them on, basically.
No, okay.
And yeah, keyed to the Angeles Syndicate. So whoever is now in charge of the Angeles Syndicate would be,
The magical dagger?
Lucius of that. I'd like you to meet my new lawyer and business associate. Treat all words from his mouth as if they came from mine.
You're just God Emperor Luciusing again.
I'm not.
I'm talking to him.
Yes, I will make Rich the king of all creation. Not his players, Rich.
Yeah, well. It's a +1 dagger.
Does anyone use daggers?
I mean, I can use them. My main weapon's the rapier there.
You could use a dagger as an offhand.
Yeah.
Would that or
Or a throwing weapon.
Yeah, I'll take it if no one wants to.
Go for it.
no?
Unless, hold on to it until we can, stick it in the printer to deconstruct it and turn it into a plus weapon that someone can use. I don't know.
Sorry, I fixed a lot of printers at work today, and I thought it's just what if it doesn't work? Cool.
Just thinking, turn a +1 dagger into a +1 mace or something for Lily. Or a hammer.
I don't really hit things with a hammer anymore. Those days are long behind me.
Or turn it into a rapier so that frees up your infusion, yeah.
Well, it's the next day. Missy, do you want to have another go with that book? Let me give you some guidance.
Leviathan will help.
Roll.
What's guidance?
So
D4.
roll
D4.
at advantage, add a d4, and then add your int modifier.
Real glad I get the advantage because that was a nat 1, and that's a 4. So I am a long way away.
You're cracking through it.
Drained from the fight.
Only one of us can make an
8.
attempt.
I'd say 2 people probably can do it because you'd need to have the book physically with you.
What's everyone's intelligence bonus?
And this is like an
+1.
8-hour thing.
Is this proficiency bonus adding as well?
No,
or not?
just
No,
roaring.
no, yeah, so,
What, you got
so
+2?
8.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
that's
won't bother then.
13 total.
I'll give you guidance as well.
Oh my god. That's
D4.
no.
Okay.
Not advantage.
Cool, yeah. This, whatever code this is written in is
If Leviathan can help
fiendish.
with multiple people,
I think Leviathan will deign to assist.
Same as my
Yeah.
1 and a 4.
Jeez.
the dice gods do not want us to decode this book.
I know that the dice have wanted to tell very particular stories today.
If I'd rolled, I'd have got a natural 1.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Cool. So how long are you planning on, as you say, lying low and waiting to see the effects of the... Because if you're gonna
To what end are we waiting? Because the surprise, we get the surprise already. They don't know where we're coming from. What more of a surprise do you want?
I was hoping that she might drop her guard a little. Lower the defences of the house.
I think we return. I think attacking vampires now would be suicidal.
What if I gave you 6 sticks of dynamite?
I think so. So firstly, we're not going in there without dynamite. That's
Lack of dynamite is not on the table here. That's not what we're talking about.
yeah.
It's the amount. That's the problem.
So I think we need time to collect either more dynamite,
Or bigger dynamite.
or bigger dynamite, or a weapon that would do.
Mega dynamite.
Also, we should have all gotten 75 gold pieces because I would have shared out the money clip.
Good.
That's all in Harlan banknotes, but those are
Those are legal.
those are legal tender throughout Roland, yeah.
Remind me, what was it? A check about the anatomy of vampires or the strength of vampires? Is that nature?
What is the question?
So, what are the strengths and weaknesses of vampires? I think I
Religion then.
Okay, yeah. I think I've already asked this question, but it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
of a reminder. So that's a 16.
They are very strong, they're very tough, they're fast, they can, most of them are capable of some kind of magic. They can transform themselves, they're shape changers, so they can turn into mist or animals, they can also summon animals.
So I Granny, I think you're right. I think we need a magic nullification thing, but I think if we try to obtain that here, that might raise too many red flags.
I'd like to know what Kincaid is planning as well, before we go anywhere. If he's planning to assault the place anyways, I imagine whatever destruction he wreaks as he goes his way through, we can probably just follow behind and clean up the rest. He's quite effective.
He could make the difference between the plan going horribly wrong and not.
Kincaid is anything but subtle, so presumably we could keep up with his actions through news reports.
You say that, dearie. The only people who actually know his name are in this room.
That's not necessarily true. He is a sheriff, he is a law enforcement professional, so...
But the people who know that he is what he is and is doing what he's doing, I guess is a better way of putting it.
Not necessarily all of them, a good chunk of them.
Yeah. We're in the minority of people.
Oh, yeah.
I think the
like people know him as Mad Josiah. That's a well-known nickname.
Yeah.
As this sheriff who's gone fucking off the rails. But like, in terms of people who know he's a vampire, you don't know how sort of widespread that is. You only heard of him as Mad Josiah originally.
I'm just really worried that angry, sorrowful, desperate people do really stupid things when they can't get at the sources of their vengeance.
So, Ignatia, can we utilize you to ask a question? Because we are now all protected against the divination.
You can just ask me a question, Misty.
They want to channel a guard through you.
Yeah, you're.
Oh no, it didn't. It works in him because he's kind of dead. If you give me a corpse or a raven, that'll work. A cat as well.
What about a mechanical raven?
I've never tried. I don't think so. It needs to be. It has a connection with death, basically.
Give it claws.
10:30.
Sooner if possible.
Sure.
I don't think that's gonna work.
So we need to find someone with a connection to death.
Can I ask whether you gave any indication in the letters to go to Kincaid of where he would be able to find you if he wanted to?
Maybe we could say that to leave any messages with his friend, and we'd go and check in.
And by we,
Or possibly, we knew that we would have the amulets soon. We could say that we'll be in a certain vicinity once we're able to freely move about. Like, Will happily change his face and go walking around. He actually does have an idea on something to do, which is to go to the Watchmaster's office and basically tell the other Watchmaster that he's now his bitch.
Noted.
Maybe.
So I could learn disguise self as well.
I'm sorry, I'm just really worried.
Lillian, these vampires are very possessive. The children, your grandchildren, are with a different one. That one's not going to let them come to harm.
And this one has just had her daughter killed by somebody, and she won't know who did it. She might guess it's Kincaid. We've planted that seeds, but it is entirely possible she'll go straight after us as well.
But she thinks we're dead.
If she thinks we're dead, and she still might go after them. As some sick, twisted revenge.
I
don't know.
Okay.
So you sent the letter off to Kincaid last night, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So I
Yeah,
can
so this is the morning you've done the code breaking. I think at this point then, are you going to check in with Kincaid's buddy today?
I'm happy to go and do that.
I
with
think
my
that's a
different face.
your...
Me and you can go.
I've got disguise self
I've
as
got
well.
disguise self, so because it's a new day, I've swapped my spells around.
I'll teach you bridge.
So,
Are you planning on staying in the bunker for any longer?
I think we want to find a different bunker.
yeah.
So what I'm saying is, would it be appropriate to, like, for example, transition into a week of downtime while you... Is that like a compromise of, like, what we do in this immediate...
I think if we get... Either Kincaid says, this is what I'm going to do.
Would you, for example, downtime until you got a response?
Or we can...
I mean, the other option is we could go out and we could buy additional clothes so that you could cover up your faces and...
Yeah, we'll go out, we'll get stuff so that
Because-
you guys can move around as well, and then we can do
Yeah.
a week of downtime whilst we wait to see what reactions are.
If we decipher the book as well, and it says here are where your kids are.
If you spend if you do a week of downtime, you won't need to roll to decipher the book.
Okay.
You will also get a response from Kincaid at some point during that week.
I think we can't come to a decision on what to do. I think we might need...
You need more information.
Yeah, okay.
In which case, you crack on with the book with Ignatius' help. She leaves for a day or so, goes to the university, basically puts in for a compassionate leave because of a death in the family. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. My very next roll was sufficient to break the book.
Okay, in that case, that code gets broken on the first day of that sort of 4 or 5 days of being inside.
Mm-hmm.
Missy, you're looking at it upside down.
Yeah. No.
Oh, they're there. Oh, yeah. Oh wow.
Okay, towards the end of that week, sort of maybe this will be about 7 days after the auction house fire. You go to meet with I think was his name Cooper or something, the Grave Cleric.
Oh yes. Cooper. Yeah.
And you and he does have a message for you. Here's a letter which he passes on, and he's doing it in slight sort of like code talk of like, oh yeah, the arrangements for your dear departed aunt, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Hands it over, and inside is a letter from Kincaid and a letter in code. It is one that has been sliced open, like the wax seal has been broken, and it's in code. You get back, but if you hand it, Misty, you recognise if you got the key, which is back in your safe house. I can say you can absolutely find one of the Angeles safe houses to lie low in.
Yeah.
Hands it back. This is sort of it's in the same region of the city as Augustine's actual house, because you are it's like nice, sort of more middle class, but the letter is from the Lady Chambers to a name you don't recognise. It's Wilhelm van Gerber. It was a very Travoldian name. And it is an order.
Mm-hmm.
For a replacement.
Oh.
Yeah.
For a replacement child.
Yeah, she don't
Yeah.
care. She just wants another one.
That is the implication you get from the letter. Is that she is sent away for a new... it specifically has to be a tiefling. One of the children.
Right.
It gives a quite mercenary list of like preferable like complexion and hair, and it is a request for
a replacement to be stolen to order. You sort of get you're holding this letter in your hands and sort of looking at the translation that Misty hands you and figure that some very particular characteristics were once given in a different letter 4 years ago or so. And with the crack on the codebook, it's written in a cipher, which disguises what letters are where. It is also written in a more social code of pseudonyms and names and places, which is why it was so tricky to break, because it wasn't you weren't transliterating into straight common. It was the words only make sense if you know the internal logic of the code. You can see a bunch of different orders. You identify with your help when you think the order might have gone in for your grandchildren. And actually, this book is old. It tracks back, and you can see one when Georgia would have been about 1.
Yeah.
Which is what helps you identify what you think is Wilman van Gerber's pseudonym in the book. And you can see that this has happened maybe 2 dozen times in Volan. The recipients are 7 different families, sort of in various places across Volan, most of them in Harlan. And there is... Can I get a history check from anybody?
4.
5.
Nat 20.
Hey!
Yep.
None that 20.
Very good. You you spot a name in the list which corresponds with the date of your grandchildren being taken, and it refers specifically to an old Ulsterian story about a pair of twins. So there is only one entry in there, but it refers to the double shipment, as it were. You also get a fix on where you need to go to find that particular family, which is the town of Ragbend. It is on the river coming out, going westwards from the garden.
We haven't visited that.
You've never been to Ragbend before. But that was where your children were, your grandchildren were delivered to.
Yeah.
Whether or not that is where they are, that is where they went from Harlan. So do with that information what you will. Kincaid also sends a letter saying, I'm not going to do the voice, I'm too tired, my brain hurts.
It's fine.
What amounts to, lol, I like the plan, but I can't put that in his voice right now.
Lol, I like the plan.
Good one. I can get on board with that. And yeah, he will spread the rumour. Basically, what he does is he lops off a bunch of fingers from corpses he finds that could approximate yours and dumps them on the chamber's doorstep.
Holy shit.
Punches a hole through a guard, punches a hole through another guard, drops a bag containing a bunch of fingers that could be yours, and a letter saying you'll have to send better next time. So that's what he did. I'm going to roll his deception check now. Cool. Hopefully that should give you some more information of what's to go on and what you want to do from here on in. But I will call the session there so we can all go home to our families and empty flats. I hope you had fun. That one really, I'm gonna be honest, that one really got away from me.
It was so fun.
I am glad you had fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
And everyone there.